Ladies and gentlemen, fellow San Francisco Giants fans, and those who can't stand the LA Dodgers, Dodgers have been eliminated from the 2023 postseason. Left by the Arizona I didn't see it coming. I really thought that the Dodgers were going to be able to pull that out with their lineup, but it looks like their lineup didn't do anything this whole series. I mean, I don't know what happened, but hey, what's bad for the Dodgers is good for San Francisco Giants fans. Hey guys, appreciate you showing up for some MLB playoff talk. I know that Los and Bora were on earlier talking some 49ers, but I want to get into some baseball. Dan's feeling a little bit under the weather, so maybe he'll join, maybe he won't, maybe he'll be in the chat. But yeah, we're just going to talk some baseball. Heck of a baseball day today, huh? Man, actually, it kind of started last night, really. You know, you had the Texas Rangers who advanced to the ALCS under the guidance of Mr. Bruce Bochy. How about that? Today, of course, the first game here, we'll get into this right now. The first game on the docket was the Philly and the Braves. What is going on with the Braves? What in the heck is going on there? We'll just take a look at the line here. Phillies with 10 runs scored. Braves only 2. I don't know what's going on with the Braves, but they're hitting it at the right time. I mean, they are playing some really outstanding baseball right now. I mean, I think they had, was there 6 home runs today? I think there was 2 by Harper, who stared down Arcia every time he rounded the bags, but he had 2 big shots. What's up, Eric? We had 2 big shots from Castellanos. I think Brennan Marsh and Trey Turner also contributed to the home run ball. I mean, I'm telling you, I don't know if you guys saw any of the coverage that was going on in Philadelphia, but my gosh, that stadium was rocking. It was bedlam, and it was great. I don't know if you guys saw it, but man, they were doing the tomahawk chop, you know, to kind of get after the Braves. Man, it was just playoff baseball, man. There is just nothing better. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know hockey playoffs, they have a lot of good stuff with that, but my goodness, Philly, they're just hitting at the right time. It reminds me of last year. They did the same thing last year. They just came into the postseason on fire, and then it carried through, and it's going to be a great it still will be a good NLCS, even if Atlanta goes, but with the way just that Philly and the way that the D-backs are playing, they're both kind of coming in hot, and I think it would make for a great NLCS, and it's something different. You know, I haven't seen Arizona in it for a while, but Philly swinging the bats. There's no doubt about it, and their pitching's getting them through it, and Atlanta, can anyone tell me what's going on with Atlanta? None of those guys are doing much of anything either. They have, you know, similar lineup to the Dodgers, even deeper than the Dodgers, and they just don't seem to get runs across. And that's in Citizens Bank's Park, you know, where the ball flies. So interesting to see how that goes. You got Philly now up 2-1. They're gonna have another game tomorrow in Philly, right? If I'm not mistaken, yeah, another game in Philly tomorrow. And we'll see how that pans out. I don't know. Let's see if it shows who's going to – I'll have to look at ESPN a little bit later. But, yeah, there's Harper staring on Arcia. I guess he had some comments when Harper got threw out in Atlanta. But I guess it was – supposedly he said it was supposed to stay in the clubhouse. It really didn't. And but, yeah. Second game was the Twins and the Astros. Man, I thought maybe the Twins are going to come back, but nope, not to be had. The Houston Astros under Dusty Baker are going to advance to the ALCS again. How many times have they been there? Hey, what's up, Sick Hall? Yeah, hell of a postseason. Yeah, I agree. The postseason's been awesome. No doubt about it. This is what I love about playoff baseball, man. It's exciting. You see things that you may not see, and it's just awesome. But yeah, I was just getting to that, Necron, with Baker taking his Astros to the ALCS. Now we got 2 former San Francisco Giants Dusty Baker and Bruce Bochy going to face off to see who heads to the World Series, man. Is that awesome, though? I mean, come on. That is awesome. That is just exciting. As far as I mean, I guess it's kind of bittersweet because, I mean, yeah, we look at them as former Giants. So seeing them being able to go face off against each other, man, I'm telling you, that was something. We'll see what happens. I'm still pulling for Bochy. I just want to see him take the Texas Rangers all the way. I'm trying to think of what else. They're both, I think Texas is going to have the hotter hand. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. You think Texas has a hotter hand than Houston? Houston kind of had a little bit of trouble against the Minnesota Twins. It's not like the Minnesota Twins had a bunch of boppers in their lineup. Texas, man. That lineup, Corey Seager is absolutely destroying the ball. Simeon's doing okay. The young kids, Young and Evan Carter, having great games. Who else is having great? Mitch Garver had that big grand slam. Nathaniel Lowe, I guess, finally had a home run. They're pitching. Evaldi has been pitching great. He's been something. No doubt about it. He has been something. He reminds me of back in 2018 with the Boston Red Sox when they beat the Dodgers. He's pitching really good. I guess there's rumors that Scherzer may come in for the ALCS. That guy's a maniac. I don't know if anyone saw the postseason celebrations. Whew. Yeah, exactly, Sikal. Imagine if they had DeGrom and Scherzer. I think they're going to have Scherzer. We'll see. I think today he was supposed to have a simulated game. I don't know how that went out. I'll have to do some research and find out how that went to see if he's going to get added to the roster. But we'll see what happens. Jordan Montgomery's been doing okay. He kind of floundered just a little bit in Baltimore, but I guess it's going to start off in Houston, which is not too far from where they have to play anyway. So they get to stay. They get to stay in Texas, which is awesome. There ain't going to be no crazy flights or anything. They're just staying within the same state. So that's going to be exciting. Again, I think Texas should take it, but you never know. Houston, they know how to do it when it's in the postseason. Yeah, he's a lunatic, Spencer. Man, that dude was a nut. They had some great tweets of them in the locker room. They said something to the effect like, no words are spoken, but you could tell there was some excitement going on. It was funny. Slamming his 2 beers, and he was a nut. LD says, I think this might be the first World Series this year. Oh, Texas might win there for you. Yeah, mate. Well, you're talking about the Rangers. Yes, I think so. I think they got it. Hey, shut up. I'm bring you in here in a little bit. We'll see. But that was a close game in Minnesota. Minnesota made it tough. They brought in Duran at the very end for the 8th and the 9th inning. Gosh, that guy. How about that Duran kid? Boy, he was throwing like 98 mile per hour changeups. Oh, I mean, ridiculous. That kid is good for as far as a closer. They just didn't have enough horsepower to get past the Houston Astros. Abreu with the big 2-run home run is pretty much what sealed the deal. Dan's not feeling well right now, so he's not here. So I'll just cover some baseball here. Texas is like a country. Yeah, kind of is. Let's see. The third game, the one that we all love. Wow. Like I said, I did not say. I thought the Dodgers were actually going to pull that out. I really did. Here, we'll just keep it right there. Legendary moments. Isn't that the truth? Oh my gosh. I didn't think that the Diamondbacks were going to be able to do it. I thought the Dodgers lineup was going to destroy the pitching, but it didn't happen. It didn't happen. And you got Senior, what's he saying in the Dodgers chat? Everyone is calling for Robert's head. I mean, I don't know. Chat, you guys tell me, what else could Robert say? I mean, the lineup didn't do nothing. And they had no starting pitching. So, I mean, it's kind of, yeah, I think what was it in one of the games he went to the bench pretty quick. I think in game 2, if I'm not mistaken. So I guess you could fault him for that. But if the lineup's not doing nothing, what are you going to do? And how about that inning? What was it? Was it the 3rd or 2nd? I can't remember. It was early in the game when they had 4 home runs. 4 home runs. And then you had Moreno, who hits a home run almost a home run down the right field line, just barely went foul. I don't know what the umpire was doing down the right field line to not be able to get that, but It goes to review, was a foul ball. Next pitch. He hits it to deep left center for a home run. I mean, it was just insane. I'll tell you one thing. There's a lot of Dodger fans. There is a lot of Dodger fans. I mean, I still heard some Arizona fans. I heard a lot of beat LA, which was nice to hear. Hey, there's Los. Los was wrong about Baltimore, but spot on about the Arizona sweep. Yep, you were. No doubt about it, Los. You called it. Wrong on one, right on the other. Same thing with me. I was right on Texas and wrong on there on the Dodgers Arizona. So yeah, there you go. That's the beauty of playoff baseball. Playoff baseball is just so exciting. I love that stuff, man. Goodness gracious. Because you just never know. Once you get into the game, you just really don't know. I mean, if you got the team to get there, absolutely anything can happen. But you know how it is. Man. They're going in hot. Like I said, I think that Arizona and a Philly matchup would be really exciting. Right up there with, and I made this earlier today. Tell me what you guys think. We're going to have a showdown in Texas. Here we go. There we go. The Sheriffs are ready to square off. You got Dusty Baker with the Houston Astros badge. You got Bruce Bochy with his Texas badge. Yeah, it's going to be a showdown. No doubt about it. Who's going to come out? I see way back there. You can see the cemetery. We all know who's buried in that cemetery. Oh, my gosh. But, yeah, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. I can't wait. This one, I want to kind of bring up something. What do you guys think of the way that the playoffs are currently constructed? Do you think the buys are having an effect on some of these top seeded teams? Does the schedule do justice to the teams who perform the best throughout the regular season and are not necessarily maybe rewarded in the postseason as far as time off? Because I said this on the show a few times. Baseball is a game of repetition, and once you lose that rhythm, you lose it. And that worst time to lose your rhythm is when you're getting ready to get into a short series in the playoffs. So having, I think, what was it, 4 days off, something like that. It may have had an effect. Atlanta's not playing very well. LA is gone. Baltimore is gone. I mean, there may be something to that. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think that they need to adjust on how they construct the playoff schedule, as you will? Maybe they need to go straight into it instead of giving all these days. Well, seeing that, I don't know, because you got to have the wild card series. That's the issue. It's the wild card series that makes kind of, people have to take a break, and it can have an effect. Hiroku says it works both ways. It's baseball. People choke. True. Yep, that happens. And unfortunately, in the playoffs, if you was it necessarily choking, or was it just the guys weren't playing like they're supposed to? I mean, who would have thought that Betts would be hitless in the series? Hitless. He didn't get one hit. I don't think Freeman even had a hit, right? Did he? Did Freeman have a hit? I don't think he did either. So when your lineup goes cold like that, it's really tough to dig out of. And when you're in a short series, a 5-game series, okay, maybe they need to do that. Maybe all the series need to go 7 now. Maybe the wild card needs to be a 1-game play-in, and then get started, 2 days later or a day later, just to get right into it. I don't know. Hitless is chokes. Yeah. I don't know, man. Those guys are major league players. I don't know. I mean, I guess you could say that. Yeah, you could say that. Sick Hall Commando, what's he say here? Heard this argument. If you gave the choice to the top seed, and everyone would take the bye over playing in the wild card over a bye. Yeah, I can understand that, but man, just looking at some of these top seeded teams, they haven't been playing too good. Yeah, I think so too. Just make it 7. Just make it 7 all the way across the board, right? For the DS and the CS. Or the DS, CS, and the World Series. Maybe make the wild card a 1-game plan, like I said. I don't know. I don't know. I guess maybe that's something they can figure out. Let's see. Giants 0 playoff wins. Dodgers 0 playoff wins. Yep. Yep, that's true. That's true. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if the moment would overcome Betts and Freeman. They kind of both been there before, right? They've both been there before. They should understand what it takes. So seeing those guys go hitless, the younger guys, I could see. Especially the Dodgers' young pitchers. I feel for them. I mean, you're getting, this is your first taste of the big leagues, and now you're being shoved right into an elimination series. Maybe that's where I could see the quote unquote choking coming into play. No doubt about it. Let's see what else do we got in here. Hello with his good takes there, talking about Kai Correa. But let's see, pressure on the division winners. Pressure on the division winner, the wild card are probably playing with house money. Yeah. You look, those guys are coming in. Look at the Diamondbacks in Philadelphia. They got hot. You could make the argument that they got hot in that series, which was able to carry them through into the DS and to be able to go even further. I agree. Yep, they were playing with house money. Let's say you guys stay in the chat, but open the Dodgers chat and go listen to those fans. Dodger Blue. Oh, that's funny. Brian, what's up? Hey, thanks for joining. I appreciate it. As a Giants fan, I think I'm more happy for Longo getting another opportunity to play for a solid organization than the fraudgers getting swept. Hey, that's a good point. Yeah, it's great to see Longoria to go back to, getting that much closer to a World Series. That's awesome. Who else is in that lineup that are vet? Man, there's a lot of young guys in there, right? Walker? No, he's never been there. Ketel Marte? No. Shortstop Perdomo? No. Longoria? Yeah, he's the veteran over there. That's a really good point. I like what you say there about Longo. Hey, Brian, what do you think about the Bruce Bochy and Dusty Baker facing off? That should be exciting. That should be really exciting, especially for Giants fans. Mark Graves, no team in this year's playoffs don't have dominant starting pitching, more wide open to any team. That's true. Good point. Very good point. That's why I thought Atlanta would be a little bit better because, I thought they had some better, but I guess after those two guys, there's nothing left. Look what the Twins did today. They had to do the whole Kepler special with their rotation. I mean, don't get me wrong, they had the lineup all the way through, which is not Kepler-like. But as far as having to get through a game, especially an elimination game, you had to throw out a bullpen game. That was tough. I mean, it's not like the Astros were destroying them. They still had a little bit of a difficult time, but they got it done. They got the talent to be able to get it done, and they did. Yes, exactly, Justin. If somehow the Diamondbacks win the World Series, Bumgarner will get another World Series ring. Let's see. MF, is NorCal Sports Network going to do Giants off-season content? I'm sure we are. I don't see why that wouldn't happen. Especially this off-season, MF. It's gonna be a crazy one. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens. If we're stuck with Farhan, not much will happen, but we'll see. Hiroku, how did the Dodgers feel winning the division but never winning a championship? I was never a fan of winning divisions and never, yeah. And I got you. I see where you're going. It's one thing to win a division, but it's another thing to win, the whole thing, the World Series. Exactly. The division, yeah, is it nice? Yeah, sure. It's a nice little notch in the belt, if you will, but that's not what you play for. That's the issue I had with some of the comments coming out of the Giants. It's about let's just get into the playoffs. Now, how about, set the bar a little bit higher? I think Los has talked to that quite a few times as well. Oh, no. Oh, no. Someone just brought up Cap taking over the Dodgers. Yes. That would be – actually, I'm saying oh, no, because I can't believe someone would suggest that. But, yeah, let's do that. Sid Kapler there, man. That would be great. That would be fantastic. All right, here we go. Brian, as a Giants fan, it still makes me sick that two beloved ex-Giants managers are facing off to go to this series. Isn't that something? I said it earlier, Brian. It's a bittersweet, but it's good to see, former Giants succeeding. as much as I would love to have them be succeeding here in San Francisco, I'm just, I can't talk ill will to them. One of them took us to the World Series. The other one gave us three rings, that is. But as a Giants fan, I want them to both win. There you go. Happy for those two. Exactly. Absolutely. What's up, PK? How you doing tonight? But yeah, man, that's going to be exciting. I think these two series have the potential of being really good for TV too. I mean, the baseball needs this kind of play to be on TV, to be able to see what baseball brings, especially in the postseason. Attendances was up all across the league. I think the new rules had a lot to do with it, which is good. You want to see excitement in baseball, and now you're seeing it. Mr. Rumble, we need a wrestling show. Yeah, we need to get one in there. Let's see. It's pretty good. Yeah, Dusty and Bochy. I'm telling you, it's going to be fun. Yeah, and the narrative is going to be talked about with the Giants. That's going to come up during the broadcast somehow. I think Bochy gets Baker again in Texas. Looks more. I agree. I think I was saying that earlier too. I think Texas looks stronger going into the series than Houston. Houston would kind of struggled a little bit against the Minnesota Twins, who aren't exactly what I said earlier. They're not world beaters, but they're a good team. I'm not going to discount them. But Texas, man, they got a lineup, and again, there's a time off. I think they're not going to play till Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see who it hurts the most. Cool breeze when it comes to Kershaw. He's a legend in the regular season. I know where you're going, but in the playoffs, not so much. Agreed. Dodger Dan isn't happy. Coincidence? I think not. Dan is sad. No, he's not feeling well. Where else do we got here? Yeah, Sick Call Commando. It's too good. Early Christmas. You must be having some fun in there. That's awesome. Hey, you got to give it to him, right? You got to. It's just the way things are, right? Yeah, I think Dan's okay. He's just again feeling under the weather. What else do we want to get to? Free food for you coming from Veterans Day. Oh yeah, that is coming up. Yeah. What is that? November 11th, I think. Yeah, Denny's, man. That's the place to go. You get a pretty good damn breakfast for free. Can't complain about that. They're all calling for Roberts to be canned. That was going to come. And it may happen. It very well may happen. But hey, Senior, can you put this on Roberts? Or let's ask the chat. Hey, chat, do you guys think Roberts, is he going to be the scapegoat? Or is he deserving of being fired? What do you think? They want to fire all and burn it to the ground. I'm trying to encourage the fans that Caprica platoon manage and give food reviews. Heroku, I'm going to smash Bora. Oh, talking more fantasy football. You got a damn good team, Heroku. No doubt about it. Me and MF are going to square off this week. Should be a good game. We'll see how it all works out. Eric L., I know what you're watching. He's dead set on the whole the events occurring in Israel. We don't want Roberts here. No, thank you. Exactly. No more Dodger people. How about that? I've seen enough of that. We don't need Roberts over here. We need something a little bit different. Need something a little bit different in this organization. But then again, is it a one-year thing? I mean, we could go down that road right now if you guys feel like it. The Giants, depending on what happens with Farhan and his contract. A lot of injuries, probably not on Roberts, but they have been to a lot of playoffs and have only one Mickey Mouse ring to show for it. Yeah, good point. I agree. For this particular postseason, it was difficult. Hey, we'll be here. I'm gonna email you the link. You got time? I'll send you the link here. So I could get a little bit of a break while I'm Don't get me wrong, I could talk forever. I just emailed it to you there, Will. And then we can bring in Showdown a little bit later. But I was just getting to this particular season, yeah, injuries really hampered the Dodgers in a big way. They relied on that lineup to outproduce the other team. And, they were able to get it done in a regular season. But when it came to the playoffs, they couldn't get it done. And again, the starting pitching was a factor. And it done them in. But as far as the previous postseasons, yeah, there's no excuse. I think it's maybe just the straw that broke the camel's back. I guess you could say that. Let's see. Breaking news: Farhan has signed Lance Lynn to a 3-year, $35 million deal. I could see that coming. We laugh about it, but there's some truth to that. It would be cool to have Los Angeles lady report on and Ned yeah. No, I'm sure Ned wouldn't mind coming on and explaining. It's just they didn't show up in a playoff. That's just kind of what it comes down to. The lineup didn't show up, and of course they didn't solve the starting pitching issues prior to the postseason. That's pretty good. Hello. I like that one. That one's pretty funny. Oh, man. Hey, 41 in the chat, guys. I appreciate the support here. Kind of coming on a little bit late. If you guys just hit that like, appreciate it. Let's see. I've gotten some backlash on this, but I love to see Matt Williams take over as the next Giants manager. He's got experience. He knows the game, well respected, and he's beloved by the fan base. I can't argue with that, Brian. I can't argue with that. The only drawback would be maybe his health, because I know he had to deal with some cancer during the offseason. So I don't know. Maybe he's got a clean bill of health and he'd be fine. Yeah, it's possible. I'm kind of surprised he hasn't been back in the organization before then. I know he's been a third base coach, or he's been a manager, of course, in Arizona, was he in Arizona? Yeah, I can't remember. I know he's the head coach for the Nationals. He was the third base coach for numerous teams, but he never came back to San Francisco. Bob Brenly? Oh, yeah. I don't know. Does he want to do that again, though? I don't know. But, yeah, I cannot argue with Matt Williams. That could be a good – but here's the problem. Is Matt Williams, that's where we got to start first. You got to start about who's going to be the general manager and what the hell is the philosophy in building a roster. That's kind of where it starts. And if Farhan's still there and he's still stuck in his ways, it's going to be hard to get a manager worth their salt to come in and manage the team. Why did Bochy get pushed out? I think we all kind of got an idea. Nothing's been reported. All we could do is speculate and have, conjecture. But yeah, he probably didn't like the way that, Farhan was going to run this team. So he probably wanted out. And maybe he needed a break. Took his break and comes back. If you hear his postseason, man, he's excited to come back. He said this is why he comes back. This is why he came back, because he wants to be in the postseason. He probably knew that he couldn't do that with the San Francisco Giants as constructed during that time. Yeah, I saw that Cool Breeze Slater had operation on his elbow, blah, 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 whatever. Maybe he needs to have a surgery on those hamstrings too, right? Who cares? Yeah, he was the third base coach for the Padres this year. Yep. I think, wasn't he the third base coach for the A's as well? I think he was for the A's. Not mistaken. I think we've seen the last of Kershaw. It's possible. That's very possible. But you can never count the guy out. We'll see until he decides. Oh, yeah. I saw that report. One of the names was Will Venable was the talk about maybe being a manager, but he's already made it clear he wants to stick with Texas, which is cool. He's got some loyalty to the team. I like that. That's good. They got something good there in Texas, and they could be good for a long time. They got a lot of young players who are gonna be able to do something. So yeah, why not? Why not? You got an organization in Texas who are up and coming, who are ready to make a good run for years. Why would you leave that to come to San Francisco, where it's just, as MF would say, is a mess? I can't believe there wasn't an emergency live for the Austin Slater news. Watch Farhan sign Kershaw to a 3-year deal this offseason. Honestly, I don't think Kershaw would even do that. I think he'd probably just retire as a Dodger rather than coming up here for 3 damn years. But that would be funny. Let's see. What is that? It's funny. 2 managers that manage alike are in the same spot. Yeah. Yep. How about that? Also, Eric, did you see the report about Houston front office shakeup? AGM, I'm guessing that's assistant general manager and player development out, and Pete Petulia was in Korea scouting. No, I didn't hear about that. You're gonna have to fill me in. Ohtani is going to LA. Yeah. Oh yeah. I think Ohtani's still going to probably go to. You never know. Other teams may come in. It ain't going to be the Giants, though. Just go. What's up, Kyle? Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Like Jackie Robinson traded the Giants, but retired instead. Yep. Harper came back with a vengeance. He did. Harper came back to prove a point. Yeah, you can't. You can't root against Harper. The guy is a ball player. Gosh, dang, man. And to think that he could have been in the orange and black. Yeah. Wishful thinking, right? Wishful damn thinking. Golly. Yeah, it's a good possibility he goes back to the World Series. No doubt about it. Oh, man. Unbelievable. Dave Roberts, before game 2, I'm going to manage game 2 like it's game 7, and I'm going to do the same for game 3. Yeah, Lance Lim gives a I heard the shortstop didn't want to leave the clubhouse. I heard that too. I heard it was supposed to stay in the clubhouse, but it got out, and that's what happens. Yeah, thanks, Senior. Almost got 50 in the chat, and hit that like button, guys. I'm going to go back up here. Where was this? Exactly, Spencer. Good players as well as a manager who has a clue. Yep, it's amazing how you have if you have a good lineup and a good team and you got a good manager. Yeah, good things happen. Perfect example. Look what's going on in Texas and Houston. Look what's going on in Philadelphia. Man, look what's going on in Arizona. I mean, look at this. The Arizona Diamondbacks. Listen to this. The Arizona Diamondbacks are going to the NLCS. Where did everyone have the Arizona Diamondbacks finishing in the NL West this year? Where did they have them? Hell, they may. I bet you there was probably some that thought they were going to finish 4th. Not only did they not, they finished 2nd in the NL, and they're heading to the NLCS. Unbelievable. Hey, I'm going to bring in Will. What's up, Will? Thanks for joining.
Yo, it's cracking, man. This guy doing talking shit to my old man. He's a Dodgers fan.
Oh, is he really?
Well, now he's saying that he's not. I live in Arizona now, so I like the Diamondbacks. Oh, so that's how it works. That's how it works, huh? Okay.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, shit.
I
grew up with this guy. I know he's a freaking
Did you see my thumbnail?
Stuff. Yeah, I love it. I'm taking a screenshot of that and send it over to him.
Oh, perfect.
God, I can't stand
Hey,
that.
tell him to join the chat, man. We'll have some fun.
Oh, yeah. I think I sent him the link, too.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, maybe he wants to pop in and, he can take the abuse like all the other Dodger fans.
Sure you can handle it.
Hey, what do you think, though, huh? I was just saying, the Diamondbacks, of all people, are going to the NLCS?
Dark horse, man. I mean, well, it made sense, given the fact that the Dodgers don't have a bullpen worth the crap.
But were you surprised the lineup didn't do nothing? I mean,
I know they stalled out, but I mean, it is the Dodgers. They get
what's up, D-Shot?
They get about this far every year, and that's about it, So
yep, it
is what it is. They're just not a good playoff team, man. For whatever reason, they just melt the hell on down. They don't really get anywhere, and they fizzle out. Exactly. They do really well during the season, and they've historically always been a great season team.
Yeah, exactly. But the NLCS, the way the Phillies playing, whew, that means you got 2 hot teams getting ready to face off between the Diamondbacks and the Phillies. That's going to be a lot of fun. What's up, J-Tan?
That would
Dodgers doing Dodger things. Yep.
100%, man.
Exactly.
What much Dodger dog costs these days?
Shoo, I don't even want to know.
Definitely not $1.50 like Costco.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it ain't no $1.50. Oh my gosh! And then how about the Bochy and Baker gonna face off?
I know, that's amazing. This is like fate happening. I really hope Bochy wins.
Me too. That's who I'm pulling for.
Hell, seeing Dusty again wouldn't be bad. I mean, he was a good manager for us.
Did you hear what Scherzer had to say? Hold on, let me bring that up. It's on. I could bring it on my damn Twitter. Why not?
I'm with you, G. Martinez. That 2020 ring that's like what's one of those things you get out of the
Cracker Jack box.
Yeah, that's what that is, man. I don't count. It's whatever.
All right, let me go find. I'm gonna see if I can find this.
That wasn't even a full season. I mean, they would be Kirk Cousins. They would. Damn, that is a great analogy, Mark Graves. They would for sure be Kirk Cousins. They're still great, but they just freaking bite the big one when it comes to the big games and playoff time. So.
Yep. Oh, that shit was funny. Did you? Oh, hold on. There's no sound to it, but there is. Hold on. I got him actually muted then.
I love Max Scherzer. That guy's crazy.
That dude's a nut. I'm gonna show that here, and there's two of them here.
Cussing at himself out on the mound, talking crazy on the mound.
That dude is crazy, man. Right here.
No parade equals what champion? I agree, 100%, Haruka.
Let me see this. Where we got here? You see that?
Oh my God! They brought.
So they got this guy dressed up as Woody with the Texas.
Oh man! The kid's just sitting there eating.
The kid's just standing there like, what? What? And he's got the Baltimore Orioles on. Oh man,
that is awesome.
And then he looks like he stopped. Then he keeps going.
That reminds me of our Sourdough Sam mascot that was dancing around down there. And they brought our mascot to LA. Do you see that?
What's that? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let me pause this. Share.
I sure should hope Farhan's on here.
Here we go. This was oh my God. Rosenthal talking with Scherzer.
Friends. Max, you want to introduce your children?
Yeah, these are my little ones. This is Derek, Brooke, and Casey's running around out back, and then Nikki's over there with Mama. So,
all right, very good. All here and accounted for.
Yep.
Max, you've been on championship teams.
Yep.
This team is going to the ALCS.
Yep.
How do you see this particular club?
We're just playing our best baseball right now. That's what it takes to win in October is to be hot, get the right bounces, get good pitching, get good offense. You got to do everything, and we're doing everything. We're firing on all cylinders right now. So we just beat a really good team. We recognize that, but there's still a long way to this.
Your availability for the next series.
Mm-hmm.
How would you assess it right now?
In a pretty good spot. This is honestly the best case scenario for us to, actually win in 3 games. Allows me to actually throw a sim game tomorrow, really extend the pitch count in a controlled setting. So, it puts me in the best spot to be, for my number gets called, that I can go out there and perform as best I can.
You've played for some great managers.
Yeah.
Where does Bochy rank?
Here we go.
But I've gotten to play I'm so lucky. I've gotten to play for so many old school managers, and Bochy's just got his own personality, and he's never, he never gets too high, never gets too low. He's a calming presence. And it's just the team vibes with that. The team gets it, and he pushes the right buttons for us, and it gets us to play our best baseball.
Last question.
I love that.
There you go.
Why can't we have a Scherzer on our team, man?
That's what I'm talking about.
Look how juiced up he is. I mean, that guy's full of energy, man.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Every time you hear one of these players give an interview in our log, in our clubhouse, they're just so down and out of it. And Brandon Crawford is all. I mean, I have a monotone voice too, but Brandon Crawford, Jesus, dude, wake up, man. Get a shot of whiskey in you or something.
I mean, look at this guy.
That guy's awesome. Dude, I want to party with this guy. I want to have a barbecue. I want a big old keg. Scherzer's invited.
That guy is he's nuts.
He will boost your team.
It's right here. Listen. This makes no sense.
That guy's awesome, man.
It's right here.
Mad Max.
Look at this. Max Scherzer and also having an amazing time without saying any actual words. I love this.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
He slams him.
That's what we need in our. We need a
God.
player like that. We need another player like Scherzer or.
I mean, that's
Thrill,
just
man.
awesome, man. But winning does that. Winning will, make people act that way, and they know they're on a good team. They got the horses to do it. It's just awesome, man.
Well, I mean, he had faith in his manager. Now, when you have faith in a good leader, that makes all the difference. You could go out there, go to war with them, no matter what. Even if you're losing, they still pump you up.
Yep.
And Bochy was able to do that even in some of the years when they weren't making, weren't really hitting the World Series number or something like that. But I mean, you got to have an aspiring type of leader to be.
You have to have to have some kind of inspiration, be able to motivate your men.
Right.
Absolutely.
And
exactly.
So,
there you go. And Brian's hitting it. The problem with the Giants is they have no one on the roster that can match that energy.
Exactly.
Everyone on the roster is in bed by 8:45.
Yeah. And your manager isn't, though. He's out there doing fucking food reviews.
Yeah, I mean, it's just honestly, doesn't he seem more excited about,
He seems more excited about his smoky goodness than he does the smoky goodness of his team. It's like, oh, okay, it's misplaced energy.
The writing was on the wall remember, this is was it about a month before the season ended when Farhan had to come in and give the speech to the team?
Oh God, yeah,
what?
How weird and awkward would that be? Your boss's boss is giving you guys a speech. Excuse me.
Thank you. And Farhan's not exactly the guy that exudes the.
What is he going to? What
go
was
through a brick wall type of attitude? You know what I'm saying? It's just. Oof.
Can you imagine what that meeting was like? It's like talking to like one of your shittiest professors you had in college, right?
And I'm sorry, but if ownership can't understand that to where if they're seeing that their GM has to give that's a fault on the GM just as much as it is on the manager, because that's not his job.
No, I mean what that says is he picked the wrong guy. That's what it says.
Mm-hmm. He picked he's picked a lot of wrong guys through his tenure here in San Francisco.
Have they talked about any other coaches getting the boot yet, or are they still on board? Do we still have a breathing coach?
I don't. Oh, it's funny. I saw there was a tweet last night where the Chicago Cubs got rid of their bullpen coach. I think it was was a bullpen or pitching coach, and the game strategy coach.
Game strategy coach.
Game strategy coach. So I tweeted back and I was like, game strategy coach is like, isn't that in the job description for the manager?
Right.
Yeah,
so is he the human iPad? Is that what he is?
Is that? You gotta have a coach.
You need to do this right now, man. Like, you got the wrong lineup out there. Here we go. Let's do this.
It's just unbelievable. And it's funny. There was another tweet I put out there. They're talking about Bochy. And I was like, yeah, the Giants had to replace one man with a man that needed 17 coaches.
A breathing coach. I have never heard something more lame in my life. That's the kind of crap that these little tech companies in San Francisco have. They have breathing coaches.
My fault, guys. Sorry, I'll be better with the computer next year. But by the way, we replaced the airplane for a C-130 for travel to make room for the new tech.
I love it.
You know what the nickname for the C-130 is, right?
No, I just
the Dirty 30 because it's turboprop and it's
those little shitty cargo net seats.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's not comfortable.
No, you strap yourself in and you just sit there get vibrated for an hour.
It's funny. We flew back from Germany to California on a C-17.
Those are
and
nice.
What was cool is they got jump seats as well. But the thing is you can lay down on it because they don't have like a C5 has an actual passenger seats.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
This you could lay on the cargo floor, so just to be able to lay down and take a nap, which was pretty damn cool.
C-17s are awesome, my friend.
Oh yeah, they are, no doubt about it. Let's see where we got here. Kyle wanted me to max out the screen.
What the hell was that?
What was that?
I hope someone didn't just get shot out here. It's kind of what it sounded like.
Yeah, I heard something out there.
That was from me, man. That was right over here in the corner somewhere. Oh, well. Hey, Sacramento.
Yeah, I know, man.
It.
I mean, Stockton. What do we got in here?
Oh, my cousin lives in Stockton, man. Holy shit.
What a joke. I hate those fans. Oh, senior in there in the what is it? The Dodger Blue
Oh, is
YouTube
he?
channel.
Yeah. Oh, we
He's
got
in
people
there
from our chat and they're
raising
giving him
hell.
shit. Oh, awesome.
Oh
It's
my.
awesome. Give him shit, man. I was in a Cowboys chat the other day doing the same thing.
Oh, were you?
Oh, dude, love it.
The quality control and exit. Oh my god.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about. It's funny, but the Giants have a quality control. That David Ortiz, the Kapler lookalike, that's his quote unquote duty title.
right.
Ugh. I don't get it. I don't get it. I understand having a few coaches, the assistant manager, but what is going on? Why are they overcomplicating the game of baseball?
Doesn't need to be
What
complicated.
is? Come on, you don't have to complicate it.
The game's been playing
Talent.
the way it's been playing for hundreds.
That's the common denominator is talent.
Exactly.
Stop squeezing a few percentage points. Whatever. If you're not good enough to be in the game, then you should be out. There you go.
Does all that overanalyzing make you that much better? Is it really worth maybe 1 or 2 games? I mean, at the end of the day, inflating your payroll for nothing. I mean,
yeah. And look at that. And how come? We kind of talked about it. I think a few people in the chat. I mean, look what Farhan done. He actually spent quite a bit of money on the offseason, but for who?
Exactly. Ain't nobody, man. And then here's the thing too. I mean, what if you actually wanted to get a real deal slugger on this team? What guy's going to sit there after he's seen everybody get platooned? How the hell are you going to bring a 3-hole hitter in there?
That's the issue, and that's why you got to hire someone who knows what the hell they're doing. Because it's already hard enough to get someone here into San Francisco because of the conditions of the ballpark. But close off the damn easy fixes. Close off the damn what do you call it? The archways. Close that off because the ball was flying in 2021 when they were closed. And then hire baseball people. That will attract people. If you're already making it difficult enough with the ballpark, you're making it even more difficult when you've got people who don't know what they're talking about. No one wants to come play for this type of baseball.
So this is where I hate the advent of technology. Like Robert's talking about. Oh, hold on. Senior.
Wow, the host in the Dodgers Nation just said he thinks Ohtani ends up with the Giants.
No effing way.
No way, dude.
And if he does, I mean,
he doesn't know what he's talking about. I mean, maybe he's just trying to rev up the Dodgers fans or something. I don't know.
A little bit. And there's no way he's coming here, man.
If he's seen the history of what the Giants have not done, then he knows they ain't going to come here. Visalia, the butthole of California.
So
I thought that was Barks or Barstow.
So we get to Ohtani. What's going to happen? He's just getting walked all the damn time.
That's all it's going to happen. You got to get more than him. You got to get a few. You got to get a few guys.
You got to get some bookends around that boy. Man, we don't have any bookends.
And explain this to me.
Shit.
Don't get me wrong. I'm excited about our future, but are any of these guys on the level of, say, of a Corbin Carroll?
No.
Of a Evan Carter? Of a Josh Young?
No.
Of a Gunnar Henderson? Who else we got? What's that center fielder in Arizona? The dude just goes after balls, man. He gets on his horse and catches everything that gets hits at center field. What's his name? Alec Thomas. Do the Giants are their youngsters that type of quality? Because that's what if you notice, that's kind of what's going on right now. You got these young guys who are performing, but they got good veterans behind them to do the job.
And,
that's why I say Texas. You got Simeon, Seager. Who else in the outfield? I know I'm missing. I think Nathaniel Lowe. He's been around. You got all these veterans, but then you also got sprinkled in there a Young, an Evan Carter. I mean, it's just, oh my gosh.
We don't have anybody like that, man. And then the other thing too is that we don't have anybody on our team that's got really any energy at all. If you see them out in the field, they don't give a shit. It's like they stop caring, and I think that has to do with the clubhouse.
Hey, I appreciate that, Eric. Yeah, we love talking about. We might even get into that a little bit here. Why not, right?
Yeah, might as well
have some fun with that. But did we see the Kings game? No. Did the Kings win? I know it's preseason, but
yeah, I don't really pay too much about time to preseason basketball. Hockey just started, so I'm watching the Sharks a little bit.
We got to get into that. Ned Coletti's a scout for them.
Suck major. They're going to suck Guys,
They're
they're
gonna
gonna
suck.
suck. It's okay though. They're gonna rebuild. Hopefully, they rebuild it nicely.
There you go, Shardo. I threw the link in there. You could come in for a few minutes before we get to anything else.
Kyle, you're
Analysis
exactly
paralysis.
right. He's exactly 100% right. Overthinking this shit. I mean, a great example of overthinking a game. It's not baseball, but the guy that the guy who coaches the Chargers, he screws himself 9 times out of 10 doing his analytical plays. It's like just play the game the way it's supposed to be played to work
exactly.
out. Fine,
and then you use analytics to help support some of your decisions, but
Right.
you don't use it again.
Don't rely on it
as your foundation. That's not what
Exactly.
you sit upon. That's not what you build your house on.
If it's managing you, then that's an issue.
Right.
Maybe you should rethink about being a coach or a manager in that situation then, because you're not obviously up to par. You're letting a computer do it all for you. Little R2D2 beat boot crap.
Well, yeah. Hey, Cedar, how many people they got in their chat over there? They probably have a lot. Misery loves company. Usually when bad losses happen, your channel will probably explode.
We send them our regards. double middle fingers.
Yeah, there you go. Oh my gosh. Gosh, man. You think
that
Philly
was fun
takes
to
it tomorrow?
watch.
You think Philly? You see Philadelphia just rocking.
Yeah,
I don't know.
they look. I think
they look unstoppable.
I think they do. I think they take it. This is why MLB is so awesome.
I know.
You can have the 100-win season and still flunk out. I mean,
I know, it's crazy. I talked about that in the beginning. Do you think they maybe need to adjust the schedule? Because honestly, so if a team wins 100 games, they should have
some kind of an extra bye or something like that. Maybe
Now that with baseball though, I don't know if the bye, because they had that quote unquote bye, and if you notice, all these 100-win teams are falling by the wayside. They're all getting eliminated. Baltimore gone.
Right.
Yeah. Dodgers gone. Atlanta 1 game from being gone. I mean.
Oh, there's another boom on my damn background.
Yeah. No, I think he's talking about he's watching the YouTube feed from Israel.
I might as well be there. It sounds like
we're getting him addicted to that stuff right now.
Oh, PK, that's my default picture. That's many moons ago when I was.
What I was thinking is maybe make the DS a 7-game series instead of 5 games.
Right.
Maybe make the wild card, maybe just a 1-game plan, then get straight into because baseball is about rhythm, and once you break that rhythm,
I like that idea with the 1-game wild card. I think that's the way it should be, man. I mean,
yeah,
we're kind of drawing things. I get why they're doing it. It's obviously get more revenue.
Donnie Ecker's not going to leave. I mean, did you hear Will Venable? He wants to stick with the Texas Rangers.
Really?
Yep.
Makes sense.
That report came out.
Why would he want to go? Why would he want to hitch his horse to a loser?
I said that earlier. I was like, the Texas Rangers are on the precipice of having a long run with a really young team. Why would he want to leave that? No way.
Oh, man. He's got all the opportunity in the world there to do something.
To be honest with you, he might be the heir apparent to Bochy in Texas. He's only 40 years old.
Exactly. Yeah. And, he's hitching his horse to a winner right there.
Hell yeah.
Once Bochy retires, he could pick up the reins.
Ooh, who's this? Red Poppy. Haven't seen you before. Welcome, though. Maybe we need to stop talking about postseason rule changes and look at the Dodgers as a team. Well, the Dodgers had a good team. The Dodgers had a good team. The problem is their damn starting pitching was dookie. Yeah.
You can't win with that. 100%. Nope. I mean, it's just gonna. You can score as many runs as you possibly can, but if your bullpen can't back it up,
and the Dodgers were able to get away with that during the regular season, but their lineup failed them in the postseason. So guess what? They lost.
Yeah. Who would have predicted this?
I wouldn't have. I thought the Dodgers were going to beat the Diamondbacks, but
I thought it was going to be a spanking.
Exactly. 0 starting pitchers. I agree, but I'm just talking about. Having that bye does have an effect because if you notice, I was saying earlier there, Red Poppy, all the 100-win teams had issues with scoring runs. I mean, Baltimore couldn't score very many runs. I mean, in garbage time in game 2, they kind of scored a few, but they weren't doing much. Exactly. Atlanta isn't doing nothing. Dodgers didn't do nothing. I'm talking about their lineup.
Right. Well, yeah, like this goes to show you just how much rhythm counts in this kind of game. The same goes for golfers too. A guy,
Poppy, that's a possibility. It's possible. Yeah, If you got a good starting pitcher out there, there's a possibility. It might have ignited the lineup. I can't discount that.
War face is on, senior.
I just invited the whole Dodgers Nations to chat to come over here. Just in time for Mr. Chardall to come in. Yeah, that's gonna.
Chardall could talk some.
What's up, Chardall?
Hey Eric, how are you two gentlemen doing? It's great to see you, Will.
It's
great to see you, Eric.
How was
Thanks,
Hawaii?
Chardall. How you doing, man?
I'm doing fine. So, this Dodgers and D-backs series, man, they got swept, man. Like, I bet I when I looked at the Dodgers, I knew that this was coming from. They weren't playing really well. Clayton Kershaw had one of his worst starts in Game 1.
Yeah.
Clayton Kershaw, he had one of his worst starts.
True.
He didn't have a really good game.
Melted down.
Yeah, I honestly, Chardall, I did not see this coming. I thought the Dodgers, because their lineup was just bludgeoning their opponents, where you could kind of get away with some bad starting pitching.
I mean, when you look at the Dodgers and analyze this baseball team, they did really well in the regular season, but they weren't able to do well in the postseason.
Yeah,
they melted down in the postseason. Looks like this wasn't their time to shine. Because
it seems like they always do that in the postseason.
Yeah, the Dodgers are a really great baseball team, but it looks like they couldn't handle the D-backs. Maybe they have Longoria and Carroll and Marte.
I like what Brian Iglesias had to say earlier. He's happy for Longoria to be able to get to the ALCS more than seeing the Dodgers getting swept. Good. That's a good take.
I can agree with that.
Hey, Will, were you kind of expecting that the D-backs would come this strong?
Not at all, man.
Get rid of the Dodgers?
No, not at all. I don't think anybody saw this one coming. But I mean, it makes sense though. I mean, just the way the Dodgers melted. It just makes sense they would lose to the Diamondbacks of all teams in the playoffs.
Hey, Red Poppy. He says Kershaw was dealing with shoulder issues before Game 1. Yeah, he was dealing with shoulder issues, I think, all year. Stomping the Giants didn't mean much this year. I know where you came from. I think I know where you came from. Did you come from Dodger Nation? Hey, you're welcome. We love talking about baseball here, but yeah, you guys stomped the Giants. Well, but I think we won the series. But yeah, you did stomp us in that last series. That last series was pretty ugly.
We always do halfway decent against the Dodgers.
Yeah, we usually show up for the rest of the damn.
That's one of the greatest rivalries of all time. I think that is the greatest rivalry of all time, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. Even better than the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees.
Oh, check it out. I just sold the policy. Right on.
Right on. Good. Getting business done late at night.
Late at night.
Hey, whatever works, right?
Yeah, man. I'm all about it.
The rounder, it says Dodgers have been destitute by the starting pitching. 4 of their 5 stars are not on the team. Hey, it sounds like the Giants. I heard that Game 1 was Kershaw's worst outing. That was bad. That was bad.
He sucked it big time, man. Holy
crap. That was bad. I don't know, man. That Lance Lynn inning was pretty rough too. Woo, 4 home runs in 1 inning. Yikes. Yikes. That's crazy. First time in postseason history.
That's when you just cover your face and walk off the mound, man. Just pretend it never happened.
Yep.
Go in the clubhouse, go grab a bottle of tequila, call it a day.
Gosh.
Jesus.
Oh, what else you got to say there, Chardall?
So I definitely as a Giants fan, I was really happy that the Dodgers got swept because I'm not a Dodgers fan at all. I was never a Dodgers fan. I have many of my friends who are Dodgers fan, by the way, but I just was never a fan of the team. Back to the rivalry with the Giants and the Dodgers, how the rivalry has been traced back to so many years.
The rivalry is better when both teams are equal and they're able to just slug it out. That's where it seems to be a lot of fun. And I like what Red Poppy says here. Giants need to stop playing Moneyball and remember how to play baseball.
Exactly. Don't nickel and dime this damn thing. I mean, Jesus.
100% agree. No doubt about it.
You own your own damn ballpark. You've got the money. Go out there, get a big name, man. Don't F around and
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Tease us with Judge or tease us with Correa. I mean, what's next? You get teased with Otani now? Is that what's going to happen? This
Oh,
next go
you
around?
know it's coming.
We're
know
courting
it's coming.
Otani, guys. He's going to come here. Next thing you know, he signs a record contract with the Dodgers or some shit. That's what's going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen.
You know that's going to happen. We're going to hear Otani this, Otani that, and it's just going to be, hey, what's up, Val? Thanks for showing up, man.
I mean,
but I can't disagree with that. Stop playing. Oh, look at Showdown. Got the beat LA up there.
Beat LA, man. I'm all about that.
Hey, I mean, like, I think the Dodgers put up a good run. I think they fought really hard, but they came up short.
Yeah.
In the postseason, they came up short.
Credit where credit's due. They're a great team.
Well, hey, I mean, take a look at what's going on over back east. Philadelphia is handing Atlanta their ass.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad. I mean, Atlanta got lucky they didn't lose last or the night before, with that fantastic catch, or not the night before, the 2 nights before that. And, if it wasn't for Michael Harris's, heroics, today could have been a sweep.
Yeah.
Hey, Eric, I was watching the Phillies game, and that was a surprise game. I would never believe that Nick Castellanos would hit 2 home runs.
Yeah, how about Nick hit 2? Harper, man, that dude, don't piss that guy off. He'll hit 2 home runs on you the next day. Trey Turner hit 1. Marsh hit 1. I mean, it's no joke. The Phillies are hot.
So when I watched the D-backs game, dude, they hit 4 home runs. It was a home run slugfest for the D-backs.
Yes, it was. Well, it was a home run slugfest only in that 1 inning because they didn't score any other runs after that.
So I'm really happy because you got to give credit to the D-backs. They got Longo, and I think Longo is going to go far. I think that guy's going to go really, really far. He might even win the D-backs World Series.
Maybe. I don't know, man. That's going to be a tough call for D-backs winning the World Series. Not saying it can't be done. Not at all, because you hit at the right time. I mean, they proved it by sweeping the Dodgers. But that Texas and Houston, what do you think about that matchup? Who are you rooting for in Texas and Houston?
In the Rangers versus Astros series, I'm going to go with Bruce Bochy.
Okay,
longtime manager of the San Francisco Giants.
Really
great manager. He's a great guy in the clubhouse. Inspires and motivates all his players to do really well. I mean, when he left the team to go to Texas, I was kind of sad, but in the end, I found like he's going to a good organization. He's going to an organization that supports him, respects him well. He'll get a lot of love, support from the fans. Come out all the games supporting Bochy.
Yeah, I can't agree, or I can't disagree with that. If you think about it, it's a shared relationship, I guess you could say. The Giant or Bochy puts his faith in his players, and the players put their faith in him. And when you have that type of combination, and with an ownership and a GM that is going to be, that works for you, man, you can't ask for anything better. It's just it's a great situation for Bochy and the Texas Rangers. And yes, I feel the same way. I'm rooting for Texas too. I think that they're going in a little bit stronger than what the Houston Astros have been doing. I mean, you got to watch out for the Alvarez guy, though. Oh my gosh.
I mean,
when
Bruce Bochy left the Giants, it kind of brought tears to my eyes because he was such a great guy. And when somebody leaves, it definitely doesn't make the Giants fans feel so good. But he went to Texas, so look, he went to a great organization, great fan base, and I love where he decided to chooses his path of destiny.
Yeah, good point. Nice point, Shredall. PK says, Mr. Romo, Japanese high schooler Rentaro Sasaki, that's one of the guys I was talking about earlier in the year, is planning to attend college and play baseball in the United States rather than take part in the Nippon professional baseball draft. That's going to be interesting. I saw that report. That's good.
I really like you and Eric. Like you're 2 really great guys. I never got to meet you guys, but after I get to meet you guys, you're probably one of the nicest people.
Appreciate that, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
appreciate that.
you're a
Dude.
really cool guy, man.
Appreciate that, homie.
You're always in the chat, in the live chat, but you normally don't come onto the show. So
Now he's my
great to have
go-to
you
for when
on.
we get into our history and military stuff. So we have fun doing that.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I like that.
What do we got here?
Yeah, that kid
Who's huge?
the kid from Japan. He's 6 foot, 250 pounds. He's a big boy.
Hey,
The
Eric, what do you
Sasaki?
think?
Sasaki, yeah.
6 foot 250?
6 foot, 250. He's a
He's
big
really-
boy.
he's
Holy
really-
crap! Hey, you should Google his images. He's got a picture of him like screaming with the bat in his hands.
Hold on, I gotta
Wow,
see. Isn't he the pitcher?
Yeah,
What's his name? Rentaro. Okay, I gotta look this up.
this guy is huge, man. He's a beast. Yeah, PK. I did 8 years Army.
Hey, Eric, how do you think the Giants are going to perform next year in 2024?
Oh, not good.
Probably more of the same.
How many games do you think they're going to win?
I can't even tell you, to be honest. Oh my god, that kid is huge.
Yeah, he is. That's the biggest.
Man, I think he
That is
might.
the-
He probably should stay in Japan because if he comes to the United States, he's gonna get to like 300 quick.
I have
Hey,
to
Eric,
show my,
I really
grandma.
miss Dan.
My God.
I really miss
Yeah,
Dan.
he'll be back. He's just
Yeah,
not
he's
feeling
got
well.
Where's Dan right now?
Yeah, I'm sure he's probably hanging out in his house, just relaxing. He might even be watching us. Wait, 2 different kids.
Oh,
Okay,
do we mess this one up here?
it's Roki Sasaki. Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
Eric,
Roki Sasaki. I was just gonna. Okay, gotcha.
Hey, Eric, can I stay on for the duration of the show?
We'll see. I mean, we're gonna get into some military history stuff. I don't know how much you're gonna be into that.
okay. Let's check out
Maybe.
this other guy. Okay, yeah, this makes sense. Now this guy's a good picture.
Okay, Roki Sasaki is the pitcher. Rentaro Sasaki is the hitter.
Man,
Thank
he's
you,
a-
Rebel. Thanks for the.
Hey, I bet that big dude could crush the ball, man.
He probably could.
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh.
All right, let's look at this Roki guy.
Hey, we got Kyle here. Let's see. Let's bring in Kyle. See what he wants to talk about. What's up, Kyle?
What's up,
Hey.
man?
Hey, what's up, Kyle? How you doing, man? I haven't got to know you, but we got 2 great panelists on here. We got Eric and Will.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining the show. How you doing tonight?
Short all.
Sure,
How you
oh,
doing?
man.
How's your day going tonight?
You know, I'm doing great, Chardal. I'm fantastic. I watched the last 3 innings at the bar with my wife. We never get
Hey,
out.
Kyle, I really like the humor you bring to the show.
so- Is that a good or bad thing?
I think
No,
that's a good
thing.
thing.
that's a
I think
good
that's a
thing.
good thing.
It's a compliment. It's a compliment to you. I'm complimenting you.
Thank you.
God, they-
But-
Well,
so you were watching the game, huh? For the last 3 innings, it got a little bit scary there in the 8th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I'm like, I never get out, and my wife's cousin is a freshman in college
Mm.
this year for the first time. So she was over at the house while the kids were sleeping, a 3-year-old and 1-year-old, and so we went to like a bar down the street just to get a beer, and she's just want to like connect and hang out because it's kids constantly.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm looking over her head. I'm like, oh God, the baseball game's on. So I'm like trying to like engage. I'm like, and then, yeah, it got hairy in the 8th inning.
Yeah,
I
I
was
did.
like,
Hey.
are they gonna get out of this? And then my buddy's blowing me up that lives in Mesa. He's like, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. They got a guy on first with 1 out. There's that deep bomb, right?
And,
then
then Alec. Man, that guy, like I said, that guy, he catches everything that's hit out there.
Yeah. So it's so cool that they did it too. I can't even believe they're going to the NLCS, but
I know. Who
they
would
did it at home
Yeah.
too for the fans, which is,
Super cool.
I mean, it was going to be either the Giants or the Diamondbacks for like 4th place since the beginning of
Right.
the season. Like, and here we are. The Giants were 4th, right? Colorado was 5th.
I mean,
And then-
think about it. You had the Dodgers, the San Diego Padres in the same division,
Yeah.
and it's the Diamondbacks who go to the NLCS. Fantastic.
Yeah, and in April you're thinking just
Yeah.
we're gonna get smoked. Like there's no doubt we're gonna be like trying to compete just with Arizona.
Yep.
And sure enough.
Hey Kyle, I really love the stash, man. Really love you rocking the stash on the show.
Yeah, man. Thank you. It's been a few days since I've shaved.
Yeah, likewise.
How often do you shave, Kyle?
When it starts to bother me. So
exactly, that's what I do.
There
When
you
it
go.
starts
That's
itching, I'm like, I gotta go.
I don't ever clean shave unless it's like a wedding or something. But I just buzz it, and then about 12 days go by, and then the
Do it
process
again.
starts over again. Yeah,
Yep.
I can't do beards. Like it gets to a length, and I don't like it. I got buddies with beards. I'm like, I don't know how you can do that. Like sleeping on your pillow at night, and it's just like. Hey,
Kyle,
beard.
what were your initial thoughts on the D-backs getting the win over the Dodgers 4-2, advancing to the National League Championship Series?
Oh, I'm pumped because I have friends that live in Arizona, and I'm a lifelong Giants fan. I mean, born there. My 2 younger brothers were born there. My dad was born there. My parents lived there for probably 25 years. So,
wow.
Yeah.
To me, Dave Roberts. Dave Roberts relies. I don't know why Dave Roberts always relies on analytics. That's what I hate about him. He always relies on analytics.
Real quick, to speak to that, Eddie, because I just put up Eddie's comment here. It says little fishy. I don't know what little fishy Mookie and Freeman. I get what he means though. They didn't show up for I don't think either of them had a hit. So I mean, you don't even. There's nothing you could do with analytics that's going to fix something if you don't have your 2 best hitters
and
not get a hit.
They're paid a lot of money.
And they're paid a lot of money.
Analytics will tell you to put those guys in the game too. So
yeah, that's the whole thing about baseball. It's like it really is a crapshoot.
Yeah, it is. Get hot at the right time.
And you got to get hot at the right time, and that's kind of it's the best and scariest part about the games because your team can be crapped on all year. I don't know about them, and you go deep. Yep. And the teams, we win 104, 106 every year. We're the Dodgers. We get okay. Well, show me outside of a 60-game season.
Exactly.
It's not happening.
And it's not only just getting hot at the right time, but you got to have the talent on your roster. I mean, look at Philadelphia. They're destroying. Even though Atlanta's got that 1 win, Atlanta's just Philly's outplaying Atlanta big time.
Hey, Kyle, as a Giants fan, I don't know why the Giants fired Gabe Kapler, but ended up keeping Zaidi. They should have let Zaidi go with Kapler. Why did they let Zaidi stay on the Giants and then let Kapler leave? I'm like, it doesn't make any sense to me. It's the most ludicrous thing I've ever heard. You let Kapler go, and then you keep Zaidi.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
What are you guys doing over there? I
don't think anyone knows.
Terrible. Why can you not let both of them go?
I think it's gonna come down to just one more season with Farhan, and they're gonna restructure the way he's implemented into the philosophy and the way that they run that organization, or let him go. But they might, get some other manager in there and go try it again. But I don't know. I think. With 1 year left, it's kind of like whatever let's just rethink how we're going to use this guy. I don't think he needs to be fired, but he doesn't need to be in control of the entire team. And he can't make deals. He doesn't know how to negotiate. So I don't know. I think they're just going to hold on to him because he's smart, but he's smart in his own way, his own area, his own way to think about players and diving into the numbers, and he unearths great players, but those players they're not every day.
Thank you.
Exactly. So when you look at Zaidi, he can make bad decisions sometimes. He can hire
sometimes
a lot.
Let's see him. Zaidi's gonna stay on the Giants, probably next season. And if he can't produce and make good numbers next season, they're gonna let him go.
Well, if he produces and makes good numbers, they're gonna keep him.
No, if they don't produce numbers next season, they'll let him go.
I heard
they shouldn't. whatever. He shouldn't even be back, but whatever.
I agree.
Yeah,
It doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. And these questions need to be posed to the ownership because those are the people who will make the decision on specifically Farhan's position.
Yeah,
We're never gonna. I don't know if anyone's ever gonna go up there and ask them. You got 7 people, with a board. Even if Posey wanted to make changes, he could get voted. Someone talked about it. He just get. Oh, as a matter of fact, it was Dieter Kurtenbach said even if Posey wanted to do something, he's got 6 other board members that'll probably nix the deal. And then what do you do? You're powerless.
really.
I mean, what are you going to do? Because it's a board.
And either way, those guys are still making plenty of money. So, like, why would they care? I mean, it's like, okay, and you're bitching about the manager.
That's what I want to know for the ownership. Is the focus on real estate and making money? And don't get me wrong, I'm not against making money because that's you want to make money.
Exactly.
But is it more about that or is it more about the game?
Right.
To me, it seems more about the latter than the former.
And they've turned the team into a tourist attraction rather than a baseball attraction.
Correct.
Hey, Kyle, I have
Correct.
so many friends who are Dodger fans, and they would probably be ranting right now, realizing that their team is out of the.
Oh, they are ranting on Dodger Nation.
No, I got friends who are Dodger fans. I got a lot of my close friends who are LA Dodger fans, and they probably be ranting off right now. They would probably be so angry. They're probably throwing F-bombs all over the place and breaking TVs and doing all these things. Dodger fans do this when they lose. Have you seen on YouTube, whenever the Dodger fans lose, they start taking a hammer and smashing the TV and breaking it, running the truck over the TV and smashing the TV into pieces?
Nice.
Yeah, I've seen that. Hey, are you watching that feed there, Will?
That's funny. I think that's really funny when people drive their trucks over the TVs and smash them. I think that's entertainment right there.
Here, I'll send it to you.
No, they're trying to entertain people by doing crazy stuff like that, by taking a hammer and breaking stuff. Like why do you gotta break an expensive TV? You can break like a cheap $5, $2 TV and break it. You don't gotta break like a $9,900 TV. What are you gonna do when you break that TV? You gotta buy another TV.
Yeah, well, at least it's their problem. Not ours.
But they gotta buy another TV. If they break an expensive TV, they gotta buy another TV.
Hey, Kyle, real quick, what do you think about the Bruce Bochy and Dusty Baker matchup? Who do you like?
First, I'm disgusted at the Giants.
I know. I said that at the very beginning. As a Giants fan, it's bittersweet.
I'm disgusted at the Giants too because of how Kapler and Zaidi have mismanaged this team.
Yeah, hold on, real quick, Showdown. I'm going to ask Kyle about Texas and.
I'm going for Bochy. I think both. I mean, I've rooted for both as a kid. I've been a lifelong fan. What's his name? Dusty recently won, but I think the fact that Bochy has more rings, but it's not even about that. To me, I think it's so just going to be in your face, Giants. Like, oh yeah, this guy's been sitting around watching Little League. He said he was tired of it and got back in the game. To just hop on a freaking professional baseball field and go win a World Series
after being away for 3 years, and the first
being away for 3 years, like, bye, like, thank you, like, way to go. Like, how is the Bay Area going to react to that if he pulls this off and wins the championship? And the last job he had was being the manager for the Giants.
Yeah, I know.
I hope he pulls it off.
It's the biggest kick to the balls.
Yeah, and Texas, I think, has a stronger team. I really do. Compared to Houston.
I hope he pulls it off and calls in the KBR and says, "Hey, what's up, guys? I just won another one. How's it going?"
Can you imagine? Like,
oh, man.
That video of Max.
What would be even better is if next season, if the Giants open up a home game in Texas during the World Series ring presentation. That would have been great. That would have been great.
Now you're really like circling the toilet bowl.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, dude, that'd be so nuts. I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen?
Texas going in. I think Texas is stronger going into this. Don't get me wrong. Houston's got some boppers, with the Alvarez, but he's. Don't get me wrong. I guess Bregman can do that, but Alvarez has been the biggest threat for Houston. So they're going to have to contain him. Make sure the bases are empty before he gets up to bat.
Hey Eric, I think it's a sweep. I think I'm going for Bochy. You're going for Bochy. Bulla's going for Bochy. Everybody's going for Bochy.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I think that's the growing
sweep.
consensus.
It's a sweep. It's a 3-0. It's a 4-0 sweep.
It is. I can't stand the Astros park. I can't stand that park.
Oh yeah,
it's so weird.
It's it's like 305 to left field.
Oh, the Crawford box, yeah.
And then okay, great. They have like a 25-foot wall, but like I remember like a couple years ago, John Miller walked it, and he walked it, and then he did like a Google measurement or something. He's like, it's like 300 feet. And it's like they crushed the ball. Now, again, you got to play another team, so an opponent can do the same thing, but oh my, the ball is so good. The park, it's indoors, and it's like 300 feet to the wall. Yep. Yeah, they're going to hit the freaking train out there or wherever the hell it is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like so obnoxious. Like, I can't stand that park. So I don't know. I think the Rangers would play pretty well there.
Hey, and Kyle, I think the Rangers pitching may be a little bit better too. They're going to have Scherzer come back.
Kyle, I agree with you 100% about the Astros park. I don't like the Astros at all. That's why I'm going for Texas, because they were involved with the cheating scandal. Remember the cheating scandal, the whole issue with the cheating scandal, and the whole commotion going on with that and them cheating.
That's old.
That's why I don't like the Astros.
Yeah.
That's what I like on the Astros is Mauricio Dubon, because he played for the Giants. I have his autograph on my Giants jersey. He's the only player that I like on the Houston Astros.
Yeah, I was happy for him when he got to win a championship. He definitely talked trash towards Farhan the other year. I don't know if you guys remember that. But
if you're not cheating, you're not trying. To be honest with you, baseball has always been rife with trying to get an edge somewhere somehow.
I was really excited when I got Mauricio Dubon's jersey on my Giants jersey. That was a surreal moment because I just like his story of how he lived in Honduras. His parents are super nice.
I like where you can see
his mom and dad are one of the kindest people and down to earth people I've ever known. I don't know them. I haven't met his mom and dad, but I saw the video of him when he came from the Astros to the major leagues, to the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very inspirational video of him, having that bond with his mom and dad, coming to the Giants. Everybody's cheering for him.
Oh, that's the what's going on in Israel, the 4K review.
Yeah, that's what we've been
it's in a private chat.
Okay.
I was just gonna say, do you think Philly beats Atlanta tomorrow?
Who's pitching? Where are they playing?
Philly.
Ooh. Day game.
Okay.
I think what's his name might go tomorrow, right? Strider. I think Strider goes tomorrow.
It's probably night, right?
It should be in the evening time. They're the only game left.
Well, it's 2-1 series. So.
Yeah, but all the other teams have advanced.
Man, Atlanta's really.
He thinks Atlanta? Yeah, Strider's going, right, Senior? I think Strider's going. So Atlanta may pull it out, but we'll see, man.
Yeah, for I believe for Atlanta, it's Spencer Strider.
Okay.
And for Philadelphia, it's Ranger Suarez is the pitcher.
Ranger Suarez. Atlanta had a tough time hitting against Ranger Suarez. That means Wheeler will go after Suarez then if there's a game 5, right? Wow.
Yeah.
That's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Who starts game 1? Rangers.
I'm thinking Montgomery maybe.
And then
maybe Evaldi because
at the
Rangers,
Eric,
right?
If there was a game 5 for the Rangers and Phillies, who would be the starting pitcher for the Atlanta Braves? Who would be the starting pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies?
I'm guessing Fried for Atlanta and possibly Wheeler for Philadelphia. That's what I'm guessing.
Man, I had a question. Oh, as far as like the rule changes, has there been any like we've had the new rules, right?
Mhm.
Implemented into the game. Did they back off any of those for the postseason?
Nope.
None?
Wait, I think the only one that they do is there's no ghost runner. I don't think they do
Right.
that.
You're right.
That's
They
the
don't
only
do
one that
Ghost
they.
Runner and after any. Okay.
But the pitch clock and all that stuff, it's all the same.
Yeah, they kept the damn pitch clock thing in there.
Dude, I get the pitch, like
Thank
run
you.
the pitch clock all season long, and after that, postseason. I'm just
Get it out.
I agree.
Get rid of it. Like, get rid of it. It could be dramatically change the outcome of a baseball game. Like, who cares? It's the
Well, yeah, and they get two challenges too instead of just one.
okay. It's the postseason baseball is so
It's
badass.
so awesome. I
Like,
know.
why we don't need a clock anymore for like run it through the whole season after game 162.
Right.
Watch the game.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can keep the bases the same. If you want to have the 2 throwovers or whatever, that's fine.
Right.
Just delete the clock. No more clock.
Yes.
We're in. Let's watch the game. I don't care if it's 3.5 hours.
I agree.
Like, let's go.
Yep.
So
Hey,
Yeah,
Will.
someone won the Volato 1.7 billion. Their winning ticket was bought in California.
Hey, Will.
What does it mean? What's
I'm
up?
going to the Golden State Warriors and Phoenix Suns opening night game
Right on.
for my 27th birthday.
Nice.
27. I wish I was 27 again.
I get to see Steph. I hope I see Steph Curry ball out. I'm hoping
Me
Steph
too.
Curry drops at least 40.
that'd be
This is where we differ a little bit, Charlotte. I'm a Kings fan, man. I like the beam.
Light the beam. Yep.
You're in sack, right?
Yeah, I'm a sack.
It literally goes like this: Eric, then you,
and then
me.
you. Yep. That's
I think
exactly.
we're all like an hour and like 30 minutes from each other.
Exactly.
I haven't been out your way in a while. Last time I was there, last time I
God.
came out close to you was when I went to Beale for an air show.
Yeah, I was just gonna say last time I was out there was when I retired from Beale. Oh man,
Beale's a pretty cool looking base, man.
it's huge. You
Yeah,
drive
man.
through the front gate and it takes you like 10 miles to get to. Holy crap! Did you hear that? Sorry
No,
about that.
I think I
Didn't
got
mean to
it muted.
interrupt. I got the damn stuff in the background. The stuff going on in Israel.
Oh, where's Dan and Los? Just taking it, laying low.
Bora and Los, they did a football thing earlier before
Mm-hmm.
before I came on. They were doing something with Brock Purdy, and Dan wasn't feeling so well, so I'll come in here. We got to do some baseball. I mean, this is playoff baseball, right? You got to do something for that.
This is the best part of the year, man.
I
Dan
know
turned
it
into a
is.
pumpkin.
You got to do playoff baseball.
Yeah.
Man. That's
All right, so I'm thinking the Rangers are going to go to the World Series. And is it going to be?
I know. I don't know if Arizona gets through to LCS.
No,
I don't think so. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm not feeling it. I'm gonna say it's either
It's
Philly
not. It's
or
not
Atlanta.
impossible, right? It's
Atlanta?
not impossible.
Texas and Atlanta. That would be a good one. That would
You
be a
know-
good
really
matchup.
interesting.
Texas
Either-
and Philly would be a good one too.
Well, that's
Hey.
what I was about to say is like Philly already just, I mean, they're thinking about last year. Like,
Oh, no
nobody's
doubt.
business,
And
so.
think about Dave.
It's like the
all those
Royals.
guys have been there except for Trey Turner.
It's like
Hey,
the
Eric,
Royals.
if
Yeah,
I would make
remember?
a post on,
Yep.
on Facebook, I would say Warriors defeat the Kings 145-100 on November 1st. # burn the beam.
Burn the beam. Well, there you go.
Careful, the Kings are pretty good this year. They were good last year too. Even better this year.
Yeah, that
They're-
Gaza stream is pretty intense, Eric. D-backs in Texas. Could you imagine that one?
That would be.
That would be pretty cool. I think
That'd be
Texas would
interesting.
destroy them though.
That
I
is
know I
good.
could be wrong. I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Arizona's playing.
Who the
some
hell
really
knows?
good
I mean, they
baseball.
just destroyed the damn Dodgers.
did.
So who the hell knows?
They did.
I know, and it's like once you get, I mean, if they're all locked in, like how the Giants were all those years, like
Yeah, true.
you just, I mean, a ball hits off third base, and flies in the air and goes in the out. Like, how many things did we see where it was just like, oh my, is this even happening right now? Like,
All right. What
It's
2010 was a bunch of who's for us. Like, we came out of nowhere.
Yep.
You know.
yeah. And then 12, I lived in Tennessee, and I'm streaming it from across the country. Dude, there's people out there that never even heard of San Francisco. Guys I worked with.
Oh yeah.
What?
What
Hey.
in the hell? What's done San Francisco? I never been west of the Mississippi. I'm like, what in the hell did you just say to me? At my welding table at the shop, I'd printed out 2 San Francisco logos on either side of my shoulders on the wall.
Uh-huh.
And half the shop was like, what the hell are those? And I'm like, what? And I'm like I'm streaming the game in my ear. That day it was when Buster Posey hit that grand slam in Cincinnati.
Oh, in Cincinnati.
I took my welding hood off and threw it across the shop. People, I was losing my mind. They're like, what are you doing? I'm like, fucking postseason baseball. And they're like,
Who the hell's Posey?
What the hell is baseball?
What's San Francisco? I was like, hold on a minute. Say that one more time.
What's
Hey,
San
Kyle.
Francisco?
You're the
Unbelievable.
Hey Kyle, you're the funniest man on the face of the earth right now. I'm getting knots in my stomach right now because you're cracking all these jokes. You're making impersonations sounding like somebody else you're not.
Imagine if I
There
was
you go.
drunk.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
Dude, it was
funny too.
crazy.
We should both be stand-up comedians. If they're like a live show, we should open up the show and say some stupid ass jokes and then let the show begin.
No, I think you mean probably thrown off stage.
It's gonna happen soon. I guess that's a good segue.
Yeah, it was nuts. But then the stories, I ended up with one guy that I worked with. He was cool. We went back to my place and we got a bottle of whiskey and we're watching the postseason, right?
Yeah.
And he didn't care. He's a Pirates fan. And we're watching the Giants and I'm like, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. And we got freaking lubed up, just lubed. And I barely remember it. It's 2012. Open my laptop, buy tickets, direct flight to San Francisco. Passed out, smashed, whatever. My girlfriend, that's now my wife, in the morning, she's like, congratulations, like you're flying to San Francisco tomorrow. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, you were like, the Giants are going to win the World Series, so you bought freaking plane tickets to San Francisco. And I was like, oh, my head was pounding.
Hey,
But
Kyle,
it worked because they won. They won.
Hey,
That's
Kyle,
awesome.
you know
They-
what? Who you remind me of?
That's
you know
awesome.
Who Kyle reminds me of? That cranky person who gets out of bed in the morning and heads to the breakfast table.
Well, if you drink a lot of whiskey, yeah, I mean,
That'll do it for sure.
that'll do
Oh
it.
my
Don't
gosh.
talk to me.
But yeah,
I
went. It was such a gamble, but I was like, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it, and went there, and then it was insane downtown. They lit up. We went to Mad Dog in the Fog. Watched Mark Scudero. I'm like, he's gonna do it because it was a hit machine, not power, just
Yeah.
base
Hits everywhere. He's awesome.
Base hit. I'm like, they're gonna do it. Won the World Series, dude. That people down there, freaking tipped over a city bus and burned it. Like it was freaking insane walking around the city. It was just, I just remember solid horns, people honking and arms out the car and like beer cans everywhere. And everyone's just, you're like high-fiving hundreds of people like in their cars. Just
That's awesome.
like
Hey, Eric, I have to say, this show has gone complete off the rails.
Not quite. No, we're still on baseball. We're good.
Still talking baseball.
We haven't
Probably
gone off the
my
rails
fault.
yet. No one's farting or falling out of their chair laughing. So we're doing pretty good.
yeah.
No, but
And then I
Kyle's
went to
making me. Kyle's making me die. He's so funny that I'm laughing right now. So I think he's the true entertainment of the show.
I went to the actual Game 4 of the 2014 World Series,
Ooh!
Nice.
which was unexpected. 'Cause
Wow!
Me and my girlfriend were now again my wife. We lived in Sonoma at the time, so we moved back across the country from Tennessee, and her friend lived in the city, and so Sonoma's 50 minutes away to the Golden Gate. So we went there, and ESPN, MLB Network, like the whole bang,
yeah.
just giant stuff everywhere, cameras everywhere outside. We go to the public house, and my wife is like the worst day drinker ever. Like you can give her like 2 beers, and she'll just it's like she's drinking NyQuil. It's just ridiculous. So
Here's some.
I'm starting to
Adderall.
get a big heater on, and it's just like people are going in the game, and we're at the public house, and the entry's right over there, and my wife is just like falling asleep, and I'm like, "What are you doing? This is the World Series. Like, come on, let's watch this. Let's have some drinks." Like, how are you? She's like, "I'm just so tired," and I'm like, "That's it." And I went over to the ticket. There's like 4 of them, in the front. I'm third, and like went over, like, 2 tickets, please, right now. Just handed my credit card. Didn't even care. It's like I came back because she's hanging out with her friend while my wife's like, I'm like, do you see this? 2 tickets. We're going to the game, the fucking World Series. Let's go. I grabbed her. We sat 10 seats behind home plate for game 4. Yeah.
Nice.
How the hell does that happen?
And then, it was sick. And then I ran into a buddy who was trying to like spruce up some chick and impress her. And they got in a, dude, he wasted so much money. He got in a massive argument. So I'm like, where are your seats, dude? He's like, I don't care. Trade. I'm like, you can take mine. And he's like, oh, they're third base right next to the dugout.
Oh.
And I'm like, hell. So I ran into him. We were trying to get a beer. And I'm like, he's like, dude, and they're yelling at each other. And I'm like, dude, this is the World Series. That's insane. Like, he's like, dude, go sit in my seats. I got to figure out this chick. Like, he wanted to like hook up with her. I don't know. I don't care. It was so electric. So me and my girlfriend, now my wife, go down and we're like 3 seats from the third base side.
Oh my gosh.
And watched, and like they went on that rally. It was like 8-4 or whatever. And like, it was cool. We watched, I recorded the game. So like there's highlights of like me and my wife just like losing our shit, just like it was so insane. Like I'll never forget it. That's what I told my wife. I was like, when are they ever going to go back to the World Series? They might not go back till I'm like 75 years old. Who knows? Who cares?
Yep,
I don't care about the money.
Yeah,
let's
exactly.
go. So do that. It's when they say there's like electricity and that's real.
That's real.
It is just everyone is.
You can feel it. Yeah.
On an edge. It's like vibrating through you. Just like it's one of the best things I've ever done in my life. Like going to the World Series.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Damn.
You can't beat stuff like that.
And that's what makes me addicted to baseball. Like I just want to like. And my dad went to the World Series. Obviously, like I have that ball. He went in 1962. But like I was like telling my wife, I'm like, my dad went when he was 13. Like we live right here. Like let's go. Like let's go to the World Series. Like why would we not do this? Like I might not ever get a shot again. Ever.
Aren't we jealous of our parents in the era of baseball they grew up with? I mean, holy crap!
I know.
I'm so jealous of my old man. The Dodgers in the '60s and in early '70s.
I tell you what, you know how you hear about the legends of the game, in the past, of years gone by, but right before us, I mean, look what Bochy's doing. There's going to be books. Written, people are going to say, did you ever see Bochy manage? And we could sit there.
Yeah.
We were able to see Bruce Bochy manage because people are going to talk 10 years, 15 years from now. He's going to be a legend. And we were able to witness it. Just how you read about books, you think of, Babe Ruth or, depending on how far back you want to go, you hear stories about him, but you never witness. We're actually able to witness some of these people.
History
in the present. We don't understand it now because we're in the moment.
Right.
But later on, people are going to say, wow, you're able to see these guys. You saw Buster Posey catch. It's amazing. Yeah. It's awesome.
We're going to be, if he wins the World Series this year, it's going to be
it's going to be
cherry on top. Like there's going to be like chapters of a book where it's like Sabian and Bochy left. The Giants completely blew it. And then Bochy's just like hanging out for years. And comes back and wins a title. Like
incredible.
Read about that.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Yeah. The horrible job Farhan done. He let a World Series manager go, comes back to win another World Series. Imagine that.
Don't show me those 3 banners, those 3 flags on the left field wall anymore if he pulls that off.
Yeah, I know.
Don't even talk about it.
Exactly.
That's pretty much burned out anyways because they've been doing it for almost 10 years now. 9, right?
Yeah.
2014 to 2023 is 9 years. So I don't know, but
that may eventually happen. Arrow, that may eventually happen. Maybe when his kids get a little bit older.
Could.
I mean, I can't tell the future or anything. I'm not in his head or nothing, but I could see him wanting to get back in the game in a managing position. I wouldn't discount that.
I've thought that too. I've felt once Posey's kids are like kind of more established, like
Yeah.
maybe like in high school, or like
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
their own people. He can be away or he can fly him out. He can do whatever the hell he wants. But as far as like how young they all are, I think it's important to be around for that now. But like maybe in 10 years, like, or maybe he just doesn't want to do it. Well, time's gonna tell. That's all there really is to his.
Yep.
Time is gonna tell. But I think he's gonna be up in management doing something, and they're gonna listen to him because it's a team sport, but he made them a lot of money.
No doubt about it.
And he's got opinions, and they should listen.
Yep, 100%. I agree.
Like,
Hey, Eric. I'm my World Series prediction is the Braves versus the Phillies. No, the D-backs versus the Phillies, and I got Evan Longoria winning MVP, and I would like to see him get pied in the face.
the D-backs can't
play the Phillies in the World Series.
That's all National League, man.
You're talking about the LCS?
NLCS.
Okay.
There you
go. Okay. Yeah.
Not World Series.
Yeah.
Eric, do you have odds open on tomorrow?
No, I sure don't.
Oh, let me pull it up real quick.
I
just had it.
On Philly, Atlanta?
I just had it. Did I close it? They have the Braves minus 153.
In Philly?
Yeah.
Really? I wonder why they went that low. It's not like extremely low, but
is it because Strider's going? Because Strider's going for Atlanta. That's why. He's tough. I think the Phillies won the first game. So yeah, they did beat him, but it wasn't really him that they beat. It was the pitchers after him, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Well, this is interesting. So Fox Sports has score prediction: Phillies 5, Braves 4. Win probability is 50-50. Well, I mean,
wow.
Baseball.
Don't put any money on that then.
No, I would not bet a damn dime on this game. It'd go either way.
Yeah.
Wow. That's going to be interesting. It may go to a game 5 just because of that. We'll see. Strider, he's a badass dude. That dude does not mess around. He's all business when he gets on the mound.
Sucks Bumgarner's not on that team too.
Speaking
Longoria.
of which, Bumgarner's going to get a ring if the Diamondbacks win the World Series.
Oh, because he did the first
started
couple
with
months?
the team. Yes.
Wow.
He left the team, before the break.
Wow.
Would that be something? He gets a World Series ring and didn't have nothing to do with it.
That'd be cool.
He'd have 4. I don't know. Do you think he's going to go to the Hall of Fame or no?
I don't think so.
No.
He was awesome in a postseason, but I don't know if that's enough to get into the Hall of Fame.
I think the 4th ring, wouldn't push him over into it because it wasn't a full body of work.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, he was so good though.
I know.
I wonder how Lincecum is doing. I know he lost his wife and then his brother like back to back. I guess.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
Oh, his brother too?
Yeah.
Yes. His brother, I think, first, and then his wife, right?
And then his wife, yeah.
I heard about his wife. I didn't know. Wow, that's
crazy.
Back to back. I mean, that sucks. And then we also lost Ryan Wakefield. I guess his wife has like terminal cancer as well.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they both got struck with terminal illnesses. I mean,
That's
holy crap.
incredible.
What's the odds of that crap?
Yeah, I know.
I just had my 20-year reunion over the weekend, and that was a trip to see. They had like a little table off to the side, not to like depress everybody in the.
Oh, in memoriam.
Yeah, one of them was I went to his funeral. It was my friend. He passed away last year, but it's just there was like 15 people, and I was like shocked. I was like looking, just going like, these people aren't around anymore. It was wild. I was just
crazy.
Like, that sucks. Like nice people. Like some I never talked to. Some that were friends in high school. And it was crazy. I was just like, I can't believe that.
I know, man. It makes you feel mortal.
Yeah, it does. Stuff
Yeah.
that you really don't think about on a daily basis. And
even though you're still, you're still young, but it's
Right.
like, damn, it's like it could be any day, really.
Right.
Yeah, like you don't, there's not like a description or anything. You just remember their names and all that, but
Right.
you don't know if it's car or overdose or whatever.
Like I was talking about the other day, I had some of the guys in the chat might know him from his YouTube channel. Uche Nwaneri, he was an offensive lineman for the Jaguars for 9 years. He now played on the Cowboys. That dude dropped dead of a heart attack on New Year's last year. I mean, he was 38 years old, man. Like, this guy's a professional athlete, just doesn't make any damn sense. Like, damn, if he can go, I mean, what's is it my turn yet? I don't know.
You know who my wife and I saw, because her family lives in San Diego. Junior Seau.
Yeah.
And he owns a restaurant. He did. Big dude, football player for the San Diego Chargers.
Yeah.
We saw him like soon before he died.
Wow.
Crazy. Yeah, he shot himself in the chest because he wanted his brain to be looked at, and sure enough, he had like CTE out the ass. But yeah, we saw him like shortly before that happened. I was like, what? We just saw that guy. It was pretty crazy. So what's going on with Israel right now?
All right, well, we could get into that. Holy crap. It looks like right now I got the feed up, and I hear that drone, but they're not using aircraft right now. It's artillery that's pounding them right now. They're laying it to them right now with artillery, because you don't hear the planes flying over, but there's a lot of booms. I heard the U.S. may be sending a second carrier group.
I was going to ask you if the Ford already got there.
The Ford's on station now. I guess the Eisenhower is on its way inside the Med. Supposedly, they're sending it there to prevent any quote-unquote bad actors from coming in and trying to make the situation even worse. But I don't know. Going to be interesting. You don't send two carrier forces into the Med and not have them be part of something. That doesn't.
No.
For me, I'm like I said, I'm not privy to any information, but it seems awfully convincing that there's going to be something done by us. What exactly? I don't know. I know that there's 20 plus people being held hostage. I think we're getting close to 30 Americans were KIA in this operation, if I'm not mistaken. It could go higher, but man, I don't know. I know that they're probably getting ready to launch their ground forces. I know they called, the last I saw, let me bring up the live UA map. I think they were calling up 360, right? Is that what it was?
350,000.
Yeah, between 300 and 360,000.
Yeah, massive amount.
Let me bring this up just to see what's going on here.
I was reading somewhere earlier today too. I think I told you about this in my text, where they were thinking about sending another second carrier there to evacuate people in Gaza.
You don't need. That doesn't make sense.
Hey Kyle, my NLCS matchup will be Phillies and D-backs. My World Series matchup is going to be the Texas Rangers versus the Arizona Diamondbacks, and I got Evan Longoria winning World Series MVP.
Alrighty.
Interesting.
I mean, it's possible.
That's good. That's a good point, Senior. That's possible. It could be a deterrence to Hezbollah, but you only need one carrier group to do that. You don't need two. You really don't. That's a bit of overkill for Hezbollah. Now, here's an issue though. If Syria starts getting involved, if some of these other Arab nations start wanting to get a little bit frisky, if you will, maybe it's those two carrier groups will keep them in check. Maybe that, you remember how I said they say they want to prevent bad actors. That could be it. That's a very good possibility. Maybe that's what they're trying to prevent, any of that. But that seems an awful lot of firepower.
Aren't they bringing their military to the border, Israel, to hold that
Gaza?
front?
Yeah, I guess they're going to get ready to go in. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be soon. Let me just read some of these news stories here. Associated citing Egyptian story. We reject the establishment of exit corridors from Gaza for Palestinians fleeing the Strip. Okay, so if you're in Gaza Strip, you're stuck.
Adios, amigo. Holy shit.
Hagari says Israel is targeting those who filmed and broadcast Hamas's murderous invasion of southern Israel. Overnight, the military killed Mustafa Shahin, a Hamas operative the Israeli army identified from footage online. Okay, they got one of them.
There's going to be a lot of civilian deaths, man.
Yep, there is. I mean,
there's going to be a whole ton of
no. I'm by no means do I condone it, but it's just this is the type of operation that's war.
I think they're just done with it. They're sick and tired of this.
When it comes to war, it's you try to do your best to prevent, civilian casualties. You do your best, but in this type of situation and the type of warfare that's going to be, it's unfortunately it's inevitable.
Yeah,
it's a sad, but it's the reality of the type of fighting that's going to be happening in here. And it's if you look at the Gaza Strip, it's nothing but it's highly or densely populated.
Well, what they've done to the Israeli civilians, children, and you're going to cut off the baby's head. And
can you believe that?
I mean, I have a 1-year-old that just turned 1 and a 3-year-old. Like, you're a freaking barbarian. Like, at some point, I mean, this has been going on for decades thousands. I mean, it's been going on.
I mean, it's honestly, it makes you wonder: are we in the year of 2023? Or are we in the year of 1023?
Right. There's a little difference.
Because some of the atrocities that are happening here, it's very ancient, if you would say. I mean,
ancient, there's been fighting over there for 3,000 years.
I mean, who does that? Who goes in and kills just innocent people in their beds, babies, and then chopping their heads off? I just
think at some point
I don't get it.
Israel's just going to be like, we're going to just take you out and end this and just be done with this. Like, I don't know. But then that also has a chain reaction and an effect and a ripple.
Yeah.
So it's bad all the way around.
And from what I've heard too, I've heard this on the radio. I don't know. I can't substantiate it, but I'm hearing it on the radio where I guess a lot of these Hamas leaders don't even live in the Gaza Strip. They live in Turkey, supposedly.
My buddy that lives in Arizona was telling me that yesterday.
Yeah. So you know what? That means that's where Mossad and, special forces type people, that's where those people got to come into play. But you got to be careful because you're going into a sovereign country, whacking people.
I feel like Turkey is a fraud. Like they're either
they really are.
They're like, okay. And then, well, no, we have all these.
I'm just going by what I heard on the radio, Arrow. I don't know. Like I said, it's all speculation, but that's what I've heard.
I've never considered.
There's so much out there. It's really hard to tell, what exactly is truth and not.
I've never considered.
The only thing we can say for sure is Israel's bombing the shit out of Gaza after they've invaded their country and assassinated a bunch of civilians. That's as far as anything else other than that, pure conjecture.
What's that, Will?
I was agreeing with you. I've never really seen Turkey as being an ally. I've always thought they were always instigators and always causing trouble. I get the importance of having a base over there. I get it. But still, I mean, Jesus, these guys, they're as bad as the damn Palestinians, in my personal opinion. I mean, there's a little between Turkey and Iran. Let's be honest.
And they are no, I understand that. No, I get that, Arrow. Of course. And what you say is valid. You need to know where the proof is. Like I said, I'm just going by what I've heard on the radio. That's all I can say. I read Newsmax. I check out Twitter from, a lot of that's Reuters and AP. But how are they backing up those stories that they give out? I couldn't tell you.
Right.
Yeah. They're
it's hard because when the problem is when you're in the moment, it's really hard to delineate through all the stuff that's coming out. I mean, because everything's coming fast and furious, and it's really that's why when you especially when you do a history of like conflicts, you got to wait a good 20 years before you get a good handle on all the primary and secondary sources or actually the primary sources to be able to make a good secondary source type of publication. It's tough. Fog of war, absolutely. Yes, Arrow, fog of war. And it makes it even more difficult this year. Well, more difficult in the sense that information is so fast and readily available. It's like what is true and what is not. So that
right,
makes it more
and with that, you get a lot of information that just gets put out there without any verification. It's like
absolutely,
okay.
Yeah.
I still wonder where those 1,500 bodies they're talking about. Where
I never saw any news report on that. But
if it was true, it would have been. Of course, the Israelis would have blown that one up. Like, yeah, we killed all these people. Look at that.
Wasn't it at the like a rave or a big party for young people?
That wasn't in the same. It was near a different city of Sardat or something like that, right?
Right. I saw a video.
No, not Sardat. It was Kfar Aza. Oh, you know what?
That's where the tunnel was.
You know what, Will? I wonder if that has to be where all the
all right,
because that's the village they went in and killed all the babies and people.
Bye, Will. Bye, Eric. Bye, Kyle.
I
don't know a lot about history. I know more about sports, so I'll let you guys carry on the show talking about history. I'll join you guys next time when it's all about Giants because I don't know that much about history. I think you guys are more more about history than I do, so I'll probably hop off the show for now.
All right.
Have a good night.
Thanks for joining, Showdown. Appreciate it. Have
See
a
you
good
later,
one, man.
guys. I hope you have a great night, and
you too, man.
I'll join you on for another show on the NorCal Sports Network.
You bet. Thanks, Showdown. Have a good one, man.
Bye, Eric.
See you. All right. Hey, thanks, Val. Appreciate it. We try. Talk some baseball. Now we're just getting a little bit of current event stuff.
I thought that was like a rumor. You could see all these people with their phones and the parachuters coming in.
Yeah, that was
that was bogus.
It was fake.
It wasn't fake. It was like Egyptians during an air show or something like that.
Okay, I thought they had like ARs or M16s and they were landing and everyone's like, oh, and then they
that's the thing. If we had someone that could speak the language, we probably would know right away. That was probably a bunch of BS. But
okay,
yeah, I felt bad putting that up there because I didn't know.
I was trying to talk to my buddy out in Arizona.
Oh, you're right. This Friday is the 13th. Interesting.
Ooh.
Interesting.
The 13th.
What was even weirder? I sent Eric a text about it. They were talking about paragliders. They were running a What the hell? This doesn't make any damn. I can't even begin to think about what's going on. It makes
supposedly
no sense.
I heard that. That's what they were using.
That's what I heard too. I heard that.
It's just
the whole
crazy.
Thing, it just doesn't make any sense at all.
No, not the paragliders, but the parachuters.
Yeah, parachuters.
Parachuters wasn't fake, but it had nothing to do with what was going on. The paragliders, I guess, were actually used by Hamas to get into certain parts of Israel and then
Israel. Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say this, but like, it was hard to even train Afghanis how to do jumping jacks properly. They're doing paragliders of it. You know what I'm saying? Like
I've seen videos of that.
like
our military's like shaking their head, like, "What are you doing?" I heard that they're just like on drugs too, or wasted, like trying to be trained.
They think they're in the spirit realm, man.
Yeah, they suck. Like they're just like all messed up.
I'm in the spirit realm. They can't see me, and they just get turned to pink mist. Stupid.
Yeah.
All I know is this is. I mean, let's look what's going on in the world. I mean, this is. We got war in Europe. We got war in the Middle East. You got China doing its
thing. China going for Taiwan.
You got China doing things worldwide, not just Taiwan. We're talking about South China Sea. We're talking about having bases in Cuba,
Panama,
establishing a foothold in Southern or South America.
South America, yeah.
I mean, this is.
And hey, no,
I'm telling you, give me back. Honestly, give me back the days of the Cold War. Cold War One.
East of there's these islands west, pretty far out there of Hawaii. And China's out there too.
Yeah.
It's like, hello.
I'm telling you, it's if we're not.
And they're buying land. They're buying land in areas near military bases in the United States. How much land can we buy in China? None. They'd be like, what? The United States wants to buy land? Oh, come on in. Oh yeah, you want to buy some land over in Montana? Sure.
That's what makes no sense to me. Why we even allow? I mean, there's other countries you're not even allowed to purchase land unless you're a citizen.
Exactly.
They don't allow companies
Man,
to buy
I'm telling
land.
you, it's China's been working at this for a long time. The problem is we've taken our eye off we've taken our eye off the ball, and it's going to catch us. It's going to catch us.
My friend's father-in-law or her dad, whatever, they're married. He flies all over the world. I was asking him, like, he lives in the middle of nowhere in like Connecticut somewhere. Like, it took so long to get out there. And this was like 5 or 6 years ago. And he's like, China's coming. But he works for the government. He works for the government. And I'm like, what? How many countries have you not been doing this on this planet? And he's like, I don't know, like 3.
Mm-hmm.
But he flies out. So my friend and his daughter, they're married, right? My friend's wife, they live in Napa. And so when he ends up being out in California or in the area, they'll come visit, stay for a day or two. And there's a base in or something. It's like the movies. He says he gets blindfolded, but out in Livermore, they have a massive complex, and he's blindfolded, and they go way underground, and he works on whatever. You can only talk about so much, but just
I know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I do too.
Just military, like governmental.
You're talking about Site 300.
I don't know the name. I don't know.
My uncle used to be a guard out there.
Really?
It's part of Lawrence Livermore Lab, but Site 300. But
so that's
look at Arrow. I
there.
read about this real quick, talking about the land over by Travis. Wasn't that like that? I don't think that was Chinese. I think wasn't that a bunch of tech billionaires? They want to build a city out there next to Travis, something like that. I saw that in the news on like KCRA or something.
Yeah,
that was a big deal.
That.
Yeah. At first, they thought they didn't know no one knew who bought this land right next to Travis. I mean, don't get me wrong, Travis is not like a super secret base or nothing. It's
right.
No.
But I found that was really interesting. But I guess they're going to want to build some kind of city out there or something.
Yeah, there's a bunch of
they do
missile silos out here, but they retired them like 25, 30 years ago.
Yeah, the old Nike missile sites.
Did you know a contingent of Beale? They used to have ICBMs. As a matter of fact, in Lincoln, I think there's still a silo out there or something.
Yeah, Lincoln's like 45
just south
minutes.
South of
hour, 45 minutes, something like that, 50 minutes. Yep. Yeah,
but
I didn't know anything
like
was
I said,
out there.
This is a scary time, and if people don't think that we're not a hyperpower no more. After the fall of the Soviet Union, America became quote unquote the hyperpower, but it's not like that no more. China is very close to being in parity with the United States. When is the last time the United States has been on par with another superpower? You can't even say that the Soviet Union was. Look at the state of what their economy was like during that whole time. We were running circles around them as far as our economy and our innovation and what we are able to do. We can't say that right now with China. China, if not, it might be exceeding us in some of these technological issues, and it could be a scary world that we're living in. And I'm telling you, if we don't have strong leadership to be able to guide us through this,
I
don't know what to say.
I witnessed the downfall of our army and the changes in the standards and all the woke BS that took place. I'm scared. I mean, like if we had to go to a war, I can't trust any of these soldiers to do anything other than piss their damn pants. They get this shit, guys. They get snack times before bed in basic training now, and they get to wear tennis shoes instead of boots.
Really?
That's how weak our army is. I mean, they're piddly powder puff little. They don't even know what the hell they are. I mean, I joined back before there was the when Don't Ask, Don't Tell was still in place.
Yeah.
And that was, to me, that was the real military. And ever since they repealed that, and no offense to anybody out there that swings that way, but I mean, it's changed the military for the worst, in my personal opinion.
Hey, Gonzo, I want to.
Maybe.
What do you think? Do you think we'll ever see? with the state of our nation, do you
How
foresee
weak we are.
It's not even just weak. It's just look at some of the policies we have in place. I mean,
There's
if people want to get into this country, it's pretty damn easy. It
there's
seems like.
over
God.
500,000 Chinese male military age men that have entered this country.
But I will say this.
That's not okay.
No, it's not.
Here's
Let's
the
go to
thing.
a railway. Let's go to a major railway.
You know,
Would any other country let this happen?
You know what? Okay, for coming into the United States, yes, that's an issue. But I'm gonna tell you something right now. When's the last time China has ever been in a war?
Been in a war?
Has been in a war.
I don't remember. Like
Exactly. It's been a while since the
time.
Chinese have fought.
I know they've. I mean, they've
Korean
they've
War,
fought.
probably World War II. That's the last time they quote unquote have been in a war.
They've
We've
had
been in
some-
a war since what 2000. Well,
Yeah.
we've pulled out, but
yeah.
from 2001 to about what was it 2000? Well, until
21,
we pulled
was
out
it
of
21,
Afghanistan.
21
yeah.
years or whatever.
Yeah,
We have a lot of quote unquote combat trained personnel.
Yeah, I couldn't.
China,
trust
I think,
this.
I'm talking about as this mano a mano, infantry against infantry type of thing. Problem is, to fight China, what do you have to do to fight China? You got to get there, and that's where the issue lies. China has the
Not if
technology.
they come here.
China, oh yeah, China's got the technology to knock anything out before we even get into a place to even start fighting. That's the problem. They know that. How do we, if we're going to defend Taiwan, what do we have to do? Send people by either air or by ship. And if they have the munitions to be able to knock out the air and knock out the ships,
Right.
then what can we do? Absolutely nothing. So if we don't have that same type of technology to either neutralize that said weapons that the China has, or we got something better, we're in for an embarrassment, to be honest with you. But
Well, I mean-
to your point, I can't tell you the whole southern border, northern border, whatever border, even coming across the sea, whatever it may be. I don't know. It's scary.
Yeah.
Supposedly
Yeah.
the number is like 5 million people over the last 3 years have come through the southern border.
Hey,
Where
look
are
at-
they?
Yeah, exactly.
Supposedly, I don't know if that's the
I mean, I've seen
actual
them.
number, but it's a lot.
I've seen them in my town, and like, I'm not saying they're bad people. It's just the fact that like it's so blatantly obvious. Like they're like you're a felon because you broke the law,
Right.
but like they're wearing like a jacket and they got like extra like American flag patches, and like it's like they're so out of place, and it's like you're from way down South America somewhere.
You
Like,
know what
you know-
China's doing? Yeah. Oh, he's talking about China's seniors talking about China's economy is so reliant on us. It is to a fact, but you know what they're doing? They're exporting a lot of their technology. And you know what type of technology that they're exporting across the world? The kind of stuff
processors.
that suppresses the civilian population. Have you ever heard of their quote unquote social code that they have in China? They got cameras
Social
everywhere.
threats.
They got systems where if
they can identify your face and know what you're doing.
if you if you fart wrong,
Yeah.
you get like a ticket against you. They know where you're at. They'll come and arrest you, and then they crush dissent.
That's what they want here.
There is no dissent, and they're marketing that out into Africa, into South America, because then those governments, why not? If you got a government who wants to put the thumb on their population, why wouldn't they go to China? They got the technology to be able to successfully do that with technology. And
Aren't they wanting to do that here?
Yeah. They've already done it to a degree.
Somewhere that it was like, oh, it's like marketed as this cool tool to like AI, and I don't know. I swore I saw it like a month or two ago, and I was
and that's another thing that happens.
shit.
That's been happening a lot. They've been stealing. I mean, that's one thing the Chinese is really good at. And
Well, think about it.
intellectual
Everything says made in China here. So they're only smarter because guess what?
they just copy
My
everything.
personal business is going to grow. I'm going to make more money, and I can ship my thoughts, my inventions, my ideas, my whatever they are over there. Well, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to go, literally, we don't have to do jack because the United States just dumps off all these brilliant ideas and we make it all for them. So, like it's like it's like a freaking factory of just.
And and you got people in the military who are just giving away secrets. Hiroki, who was talking about that. That's been happening for just recently. A Navy sailor just got convicted of selling secrets to the Chinese. You got. I mean, it happens. There's scientists that give away secrets to the damn Chinese. That's the reason why the Chinese are able to do this, is because they get our secrets, but they got the manpower to build it or replicate it on the cheap.
Go ahead, Will.
It just goes back to the politics keeping this country divided. Nobody's an American anymore. When these people come over the border, nobody's forcing them to become assimilated to our culture. They want to keep us separate.
Exactly.
So these Chinese nationals end up joining our military. They end up getting into the military intelligence. Next thing you know, they're dumping off secrets. I mean, it's that simple.
Exactly. And that's another thing. They're sending off all their students to all these universities. What do you think they're doing in the universities?
Oh, it's all that research is going right back.
They're stealing all the research that they could get from those universities and sending it back to the motherland or homeland or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
I mean, it's scary. And the problem, I don't know, man.
There's a lot wrong.
There's a lot wrong.
China, Russia, and North Korea.
You know what?
I'll go for it at one time, one morning, one night, whatever it is, right at us. Is that defendable?
I'm not worried about Russia and North Korea, to be honest with you. North Korea, they've been doing.
I'm saying launching like
this
missiles.
Is North Korea. This is all they do. They pound their chest, look at us, pay attention to us because we want to be in the news. Don't get me wrong. You still got to take them. You got to take them somewhat serious. As far as
I'm just
deterrence.
talking from like a missile attack all at once.
Oh, you're talking about well. As soon as missiles are launched, it's game's over. Goodbye to civilization on this planet as we know it. It's done. It's over.
I'll embrace that.
Soon as soon as one missile is up, all the other missiles get launched, and you might as well just go outside and kiss your ass goodbye because it's over. It's over.
Yeah.
Every damn target is overkill. I mean, it's you're tripling target different place. I mean, forget about it. It's done. Yeah, there's missile defense and everything, but
missile defense.
It ain't gonna be enough.
I don't say I don't think there would be enough defense.
No. I mean, do you see these missiles? Each missile has was it between maybe 5 to 8 warheads on it. So what they would call MIRVs. MIRVs. Yeah. Once they start coming down, good luck. Forget about it. Like I said, forget about it. Yeah, it will be over. As soon as it comes to that level, it's over. That's why I worry about people like Iran getting a missile because they wouldn't be afraid to use it. Well, now, if Iran launches,
tons of money.
I don't know if there will be the same type of retaliation as it would if it would be like the Soviet Union or Russia or anything like that, because everyone knows they're nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
Yeah, there is a lot of suppression in China.
Well, now Zelensky over in Ukraine is probably all butthurt because he's not the center of attention in the world.
But you know what? I'm not faulting him. He's the leader of a country that's been invaded by Russia.
Yeah.
What is he supposed to do? Is he supposed to just sit around and say, the hell with it. I'm done.
Well, apparently
I'm thinking he's just, now Israel's taking all the
I don't think
the thing. I don't know.
I think that's a bit of a reach because each country is going through their own difficulties, Zelensky, he's the president of Ukraine that's been invaded by Russia. I mean, it's no different than the president of France being invaded by Germany in World War II. Don't you think that the leader is going to do whatever he can to thwart the enemy that's trying to take over his land? I mean, I find it odd. Some of the stuff that's out there, it has me flabbergasted that there's issues with supporting Ukraine. I don't get it. Look, and I'm not a Democrat. I'm not I'm a Republican. That's what I go by. But this is not, for me, it's not political. It's about what's the right thing to do. A sovereign nation was invaded. This is the if you really want to get technical, I mean, Russia took them over back in the 18th century.
Right.
became part of, well, at that time, it's not the Soviet Union, but it was part of Russia. Then it became part of the Soviet Union. And it broke away. Then it got invaded in 2014, and now it got invaded again in 2020. I mean, that's just a little synopsis. But it's the same thing with what Hitler did with Germany. He took little bits and pieces of different countries. You know, first it's the Sudetenland. Then it's Austria. Then it's all of Czechoslovakia. Then he invades Poland. And then once that part hits, now people are going to go, okay, maybe we should have done something. But that we can't take that same course of action with Putin and Ukraine. Putin has gone into Georgia and it's taken over Georgia. You know, it's not part of Russia, but it's still part of Russia. So he went into Georgia. He's tried to go into Ukraine. He's influenced in Belarus. If you leave him at his own devices, he will take all the countries that were part of the Soviet Union and reincorporate them back into quote unquote Russia.
Yeah,
he would do that. And we got to support someone that's willing. I mean, do we have men and women on the ground over there? I'm talking about the regular army and whatever.
No. Yeah.
Do we have boots on the ground in there to defeat Russia? No. Are we fighting them by proxy? Absolutely. Just like how Russia supported North Vietnam, how they supported North Korea during those wars. Same thing with China. We supported the Afghanis during the Afghanistan war. This is what happens in geopolitical situations. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. And that's what's going to happen. So if we could give them the support to defeat the Russians in Ukraine, which I find admirably, I mean, you got the little small Ukraine being able to thwart and even push back Russians. That just tells you, maybe we were wrong on how strong the Russians actually were.
Yeah, that Putin.
But all we're doing is we're giving them material. That's all we're doing. The issue I have, though, is we're not replenishing the material that we're giving them. President Biden should have stood up the defense authorization. How's that go? Defense procurement authorization or something, where you basically put corporations on overdrive to replenish all these. But no, in this day and age, you got red tape. You gotta negotiate contracts with these guys for years before you can even start a production. And then by the time you start production, it's 10 years down the road. Right. And it's too late. It's too late.
That's an actual MLS in the Army is government contract. That's an actual freaking MLS.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Well, my whole point, what I was trying to get at was like, it's just, he wants more money, and it's not about the people in the country because it's small, but he starts talking about, well, we got all this climate change, and that's when I like set back and was like, whoa, dude.
We're going there now. Your place
is getting freaking bombed to shit. You are getting blown out. Like, whoa, hold on a minute. You need more money? Like, what's this about now? Like, I don't know. Candace Owens talked about how a bunch of people in his government are buying bitchin' houses in Switzerland.
Yeah.
With your money and my money and your money. So I don't know. War always makes people rich, and it just pisses me off. Like,
and war is profitable. But we kind of talked about
profitable. Yeah.
Here's another thing. I like what Senior's saying. He goes, I just hope the U.S. isn't being drawn into this conflict in Gaza. If Israel goes into Gaza, then the next shoe to drop is Hezbollah. That's possible. I'm also worried about Syria getting involved. But here's the deal.
Yeah, I was going to say that earlier. Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, it's my biggest concern. What are we in the middle of right now here? We're starting to get into the middle here in the United States. Presidential election.
Right.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I hate to say it, but sometimes certain things happen to make someone look really good in the time of an election.
Right.
And it shouldn't be that way. I'm not condoning it. I'm not saying it's right, but that's the reality of how politics are done in today's world. Is especially the person in power, President Biden, he's going to want to try to get some points for looking tough, for trying to show that he's a leader,
even though he's bought out,
all to get votes, right?
Yep.
So that's what I'm afraid of. Is he going to try to get us drug into something that we shouldn't necessarily be drug into? I don't mind supporting it with arms and stuff like that. And if they, whatever. Yeah, if they do that, let them deal with it. Let us not get involved in a situation that really we don't need to be in. Now, is there situations that may happen that we have to get involved? Absolutely. I'm not saying that, because Afghanistan pullout was an absolute disaster. Horrible.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I've been waiting for you to finish. That is what started all of this. It was calm in the world until
Yes.
We pulled the military out first.
It's the way we did it. It's not just pulling them out.
And then left $82 billion of our equipment there. And then everyone that hates our guts is like, huh, this guy's a freaking clown. And then here we go, 4 or 5 months. Now we're having problems around the world. That's the problem. And here's my biggest fear. Let's pretend Trump he would not put up with this shit. He would not put up with this shit. He will start World War III. And it's not his fault because Biden is a coward and created there was no wars during Trump. Everything was going, everything was fine.
Well, you know what? I'll say one thing, and there could be a possibility here in this. I think there's a lot of world leaders that had no understanding of how Trump operates. And I think they were scared to death of him. Mm-hmm. They don't know because he's such a loose cannon. They don't know what he may or what he may not do. So everyone kind of was playing
holding their cards tight.
Exactly. They're like, okay, maybe we don't know how this guy's going to be. So we might want to wait in whatever plans or whatever master plan they may have. We might want to hold off on that until we could get someone in there we know we could take advantage of. And then unfortunately, because of what Biden has done, it's a very high possibility. They saw that. They saw how we pulled out of Afghanistan with absolutely no plan whatsoever. We look like a bunch of idiots.
Yep.
And other countries saw for what it was, and they took advantage of it. And there's no doubt about it.
There's a great interview with him and the leader of Germany.
Yes.
And
and I do know that Biden and Netanyahu never really saw eye to eye.
No,
there's issues there. So we'll see if that's going to get kind of repaired a little bit because of the situation that's happening on. Now, what I found out unique is I saw on the news today that Israel actually formed a coalition government where both sides who are diametrically opposed to each other are coming together to form a government, a wartime government, because that's what you need to do in this type in this type of situation. Mm-hmm. So that's good to see that cooperation can work. Whether that can happen in the United States, it happened during September 11th. But here's the thing: prior to September 11th, was there as much acrimony as there is today?
Hell, if no.
I don't remember it being like this.
Nope.
I mean, yeah, you had your differences. You don't get me wrong; there's differences, but it wasn't so just
intense.
No,
yes,
exactly.
That's a good word. Intense.
Who, Eric? What was there? 4 or 5? I think it was just 4. Whatever. Did those countries pretty much wipe their ass with the Abraham Accords? Like, who was it? It was Syria. It was Israel. It was
I know UAE. Okay, they all became in agreement with Israel's. The main part of this, right? But
they're the main part.
You had UAE. Was it Bahrain?
So the Arab Emirates.
Yeah,
Israel.
UAE, I think Bahrain.
Syria.
Gosh, was Jordan part of it? Was Jordan part of it?
Maybe.
Hold on 1 second.
I thought there was 4 or 5 countries involved with that. I mean, it's all right there.
There's a few. And I know it's let's see. Israeli normalization signed between Israel, the United Arab Emirates, and Bahrain. It's just those ones right now.
Oh, so 3. Okay.
Yeah. So, but
Bahrain, huh?
But Israel and Saudi Arabia, or the Saudis, were supposed to be. I don't know if it's going to be the Abrahamic, but they were supposed to start having discussions of normalizing relations, literally days before this attack was supposed to happen. So, because of that, now I think that's been put on hold.
Oh, that's
but okay,
setback.
Yes, you are correct.
Big
Trump
time.
did set up a time frame of when to pull out. And I totally understand that. But do you think he would have undergone the type of pullout that Biden wind up doing? You don't announce it to the world of we're going to be out.
That was running away.
September 11th.
We're coming out at this day, at this time, and we're not going to leave.
It was like 3 or 4 months in advance too, or something like that.
It's the way that it was done was inept.
It's a
It wasn't done
disaster.
correctly. I'm not saying that we should have stayed in Afghanistan, but there should have been some kind of
It's a taper off.
apparatus.
Like a taper off.
But there should have also been an apparatus in place that if the shit starts hitting the fan, that we can immediately get back in there and squash something.
It should have
But
been a
that didn't
drawdown.
happen.
It should have been a proper drawdown. You know, Eric, you probably know the term rip toe. I mean, where was that at? I mean, where was all that? We didn't just leave. We ran out of there. I mean, what we did.
Is that
I'm
what
saying-
rip toe is? Just like
A rip toe would be like a transition.
Oh, okay.
Relief,
Like a
relief
taper
in
off
place.
transition. Okay.
Relief in place.
Have you seen that movie Retrograde yet?
Dude, I need to put that on.
Got to go see that.
It's on Netflix, right? I'll watch it tonight.
No, it's on National Geographic, so it's on Disney Plus.
Okay, I'll check that out.
You got to check it out. Retrograde. It really gets into what happened. It's excellent. It's a documentary, like I said, and they're embedded with the Afghani general who was in charge. It's a fantastic documentary.
I gotta
Fantastic.
check that out.
It just came out, right?
It came out last year, I think. It was last year it
Okay.
came out. Yeah, last year.
I guess
Retrograde.
there's a new movie that came out. I'm not a huge movie guy, but my buddy last night was telling me that lives in Arizona about, I guess Jake Gyllenhaal they've already made a movie
Covenant.
about, huh?
The Covenant. Is
Yeah,
that one?
about leaving Afghanistan.
And they went and rescued the interpreter or something.
Right. Yeah.
I haven't seen that yet. I need to see that one though.
Yeah. He says it's probably a little dramatized because it's Hollywood, but he said it's still
I'm gonna
pretty
have to
good.
check that one out.
I guess he
know what?
gave him a sled and got this guy like over the mountains and like.
Yeah,
it was
Arrow
freaking
brings up an interesting point talking about these PMCs, like Wagner, Blackwater. I don't know, man. That's kind of like the underbelly of military operations right there.
I've over the years I've gotten offers from DynCorp and Triple Canopy to
Dynacor.
be a.
But it's interesting. Now Russia really took advantage of that, and to be honest with you, they were using them a lot in Africa.
They serve a purpose.
They've been talking about Africa for a long time. Even when I was in the Air Force, there was quote unquote the race for Africa and who was going to control because they got a lot of minerals.
Yeah.
And of
Well,
course,
China's got it all now.
Yeah, and where's it all? That's a whole different thing.
China's got Africa by the nuts.
Yeah, I mean that's something we could probably talk about a long time. Man,
the history of AFRICOM.
How positive is their economy? I mean, I know we're negative.
Who's-
Is what 33 trillion or whatever it is. What are they? I mean, they sell. They make so much money off us and other countries. Like, how much money do they have?
who?
China.
A lot. But they,
Yeah.
I mean, they're rivaling our economy. But right now they're kind of getting into some hard times on their economics. So let's see how they recover from that because it is a totalitarian regime. So they can manipulate their
Currency.
money and all that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
who knows where that can go? But you never know.
Their GDP growth rate is higher than ours by 3%.
Lord Miles' adventure in Afghanistan. Don't know about that one. But I'm guessing if it's Lord Miles, I'm guessing it has to do with the British in Afghanistan. Just by
Yeah, they
going
were there
by-
in 1800s.
Yes, they were, and they got their ass. Everyone that's gone in there has gotten their pecker whacked, if you would say.
Yeah. They got nuts slapped here and there.
That's so funny. Oh, my
Everybody's been over there. Hell, even Alexander the Great was in Afghanistan.
Oh, let's see.
Natural asset corporations.
I sent a few clips to my mom. My dad doesn't even have a cell phone, but he's like, "I'll get on sometime." He's
Nice.
asleep, so
Yeah, he's sleeping by now. Yeah.
yeah, he's
Arrow's going after some weird stuff here, man. I shouldn't say weird, but yeah.
I
No,
can't.
no.
I
Let's
should
talk
say
about
off
stuff.
the beaten path.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff, though. Interesting stuff. You make me want to go do some more. I mean, I got so many books I'm reading right now. I need more time in the day to be able to read, to be honest.
Right.
That's all my dad does. So my close friend, he flew for the Royal Army, for the British, the Royal
Air
Fleet.
Force.
Okay.
Yeah, Royal Air Force. Yeah, his grandfather did.
and there was a book written that was only for the pilots.
Mhm.
It was never like the public could not have the book. And so my friend, like when his grandfather passed away, like his dad and like his aunt that he hates, like they don't ever get along. Nobody wanted any of the wars. He's got like a real freaking Nazi flag from World War II. He's got that book. He's got all kinds of stuff. And the book was called Mr. Tully's Tenets or something like that. And I gave it to my dad, and he damn near shit his pants. He was like, "This is one of the best books I've ever like written." Like,
No kidding.
it's a private, like just a military book.
Okay.
And it was falling apart. My dad fixed it, and like he read the book. I gave it back to my buddy, Mr. Tully's Tenets or something like that. It's crazy. My friend's grandfather is in the book about like all the stuff that happened, what he did, and it's pretty sick.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that kind of stuff. I got I have an old field manual from like the Vietnam War. It's got some react to contact drills in it we don't even use anymore because it's so outdated. But the stuff in there, it's just kind of cool. I mean, it's what they were trained, what they did. And that was their doctrine, man.
Hey, you have you checked out the new news in Live UA map there, Will?
Yeah, and I've been refreshing. I just keep seeing the same thing over.
You see the Iran foreign minister is going to visit Lebanon?
Oh, interesting. Here we go.
I don't know who Iran Nuances is. I don't know if that's a legitimate source. Yeah, see where it says Iran Nuances?
Yeah,
that's
right
the
now.
source. I don't know who that is.
Okay, let me look it up real quick.
I don't know if they're legit or not, but yeah, that's kind of interesting.
Go to the source here. 4 reposts only. I don't know.
I don't know if that's what's SAS equivalent to U.S. military? Special Forces.
Yeah, Special Forces.
And
SBS would be SEALs.
Each branch has their own. You know, Air Force has the pararescue. They're mostly your medics that are attached to other units, like
Raspberry Beret.
Like, yeah, exactly.
We used to sing that song to the airborne. So the airborne soldiers in the army wear raspberry berets. They get pissed at us.
Yeah, but that one there's a couple of pararescue guys who've gotten some
Air Force crosses.
The guy in Somalia, when during Black Hawk Down, they're an Air Force.
PJs are badass, no doubt.
PJs are badass. I mean, they got to do all. They got to do jump school. They got to do survival school. They got to do extreme weather. They got to dive. They got to do all that because they're the medics attached to all the special forces units.
Dude, I wonder. No, I don't think they do. I can't remember if they go through our whiskey one. So in the Army, we have like other designations. So 68 whiskey would be combat medic, and then if you were, I was 68 whiskey Mike 6, which meant that I was a practical nurse as well as being a combat medic. If you were 68 whiskey 1 is a special operations medic.
Because they have
the special operations medical school is right there at Fort Sam Houston, where I trained for being a combat medic, and I actually helped out those guys too. So all the special forces guys go there, Navy SEALs go there, the Rangers go there, but I'm not sure if the PJs go there. I don't know if the PJs have their own school.
They have their own school. Yeah,
that's what I figured. Because they're a little more specialized.
You know where all those special force medics? You know where they go to for their training? They go to all the big cities hospitals because that's where they have all the bullet. They know how to treat bullet wounds because that's where most of the.
So when I went through my training in the hospital, we learned that the special forces medic could take charge of a freaking trauma center. That's how well they're trained and how much they know.
That's awesome
about trauma. I mean, these guys are super trained. I mean,
yep.
I thought I was training as a freaking medic, but those guys got way more training than I do. I mean, they could run a whole freaking out hospital if they wanted to. The whole emergency
surgeons, they can do surgery and everything.
They could do battlefield surgeries. They could crack open your chest, massage your heart to keep you alive. Yeah.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to keep a tab on this, Arrow. Keep me informed on that. That's interesting.
Lord Miles. Okay.
British Mad Lad. I don't know what a Mad Lad is. Went to Afghanistan after we left. Made a few trips. Made friends with the Taliban. Kept a Twitter diary until he went silent. Just kidding.
Oh, he's on a shit posting YouTuber captured by the Taliban. That's So I typed it in. The first thing that comes up goes is a shit posting YouTuber captured by the Taliban. Lord Miles Rutledge. Is that the right person there, Arrow?
I guess it's at Lord Miles. So he was a YouTuber who got in too deep.
He got into. He got over his. Here, I'll post a link to it. It's a nasty Vice article, but still.
Are all those like terrible videos of the people that they're doing the Israelis? Are they on YouTube or are they just kind of those dark other websites?
I haven't. So
I don't.
I haven't
know.
watched.
I know that they're posting it everywhere.
Cut off, so
I browse those dark websites. I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen anything new, which is why I keep every time I hear this crap in the media going, "Oh, they cut people's heads off." Well, knowing Hamas, knowing the radical Islamists, they would put that all over the internet, dude. Like, there's no way there wouldn't be pictures. They'd be like, "Hey, here's your freaking kid. You know, where's our prisoners back? We want them back." I never seen anything like that, so I don't know if it's bullshit or not.
There's some gray area going on.
But we know innocents are being killed.
Yep.
And
either way, 100%.
Yeah.
What I really don't like is you should let the civilian population of Gaza get the hell on out if they have to.
I know why they're not doing that.
Well,
because
hit their guts.
Bad actors, as he would say, would get out as well.
Well, true.
Then again, they got tunnels anyways, but yeah.
But I mean, I don't know.
It's hard. I don't know because this isn't like two big armies slugging it out against each other.
Right.
This is an enemy that hides within the population, and it makes it crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
very, very tight over there.
Yeah.
What's going to happen is the same thing.
You know, doesn't this kind of remind you of the Battle of Fallujah?
Well, I was about to go down that road. You're going to see the same thing where you have armed men, using women and children as body shields. They shoot from windows and shit.
Yep.
I mean, it's just going to be super ugly. There's going to be a hell of a lot of casualties on both sides, but the civilians are going to pay for it the most. I mean, we remember when we went to Fallujah, we dropped leaflets, "Hey, get the F out." But there were so many insurgents in there, like, "No, you can't leave. You're going to be used as armor for us." And that's what happened.
Exactly.
Well, history will be written.
Yeah, this Miles Rutledge guy, man, what the hell did he? I can't tell if this is like, what was the point of going over there?
Tunnels,
Tunnels. They call him a war tourist.
Whatever, man. Hey, Hey, I could think of some better things to do. I mean, hell, look at us. We're sitting comfortably in our homes talking about it. We don't need to be there in person.
Tour that, man. Jesus, what are you doing? Just join the army if you want or some shit.
Did I tell you how my brother got his ass beat by a Navy SEAL?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They made him drop something and then they followed him. And
they're supposed to carry a paddle around and like never let go of it. And then if that paddle ends up back in the office, those guys got to do drills for.
Oh, that's like stealing the guidon like we have in the army. Okay. Yeah. Capture the flag.
Him and another guy were like around a corner and the guy jumped out and screamed at him. And the guy was like, "Oh," and he dropped it. My brother picked it up. He was like 30 feet from the office and then he just got baked potatoed by two SEALs. They just beat the living shit out of him.
Oh, wow.
They knew that if that paddle was gone, they were in for it for a lot of training.
Well, I'll tell you what about PMCs. Russia's PMC kind of went down the shitter.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see what exact PMC he would like to talk about. I know a little bit about.
I know Wagner though; those guys are some. You know what? What's happening with Wagner now? Since supposedly they're folded, right? They no longer exist. What happened to them being in all these other countries? You know, kind of doing the bidding of.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, I was going to mention that one of the roles that PMCs play is they defend pipelines, the shell pipelines out in Africa, the Coca-Cola plantations. In fact, there's a documentary about how many people Coca-Cola has killed through PMCs throughout the last few decades.
What?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. To guard their factories and their the sugar plantation, whatever, all the other stuff they have to get, to make Coke produced overseas to sell it over here.
You know what's? Go ahead.
They protect it with private military corporations.
You know what I'm really excited to hear about? And I don't know if it'll ever be written. Some of me. I want to know what exactly happened with Prigozhin's march to Moscow.
A little interesting.
Yeah, didn't that seem a little bit weird?
It seemed more
A little bit weird.
That was around the same time Putin disappeared for a while, and people were like,
Yeah,
did he
it was.
killed? Did
Yeah.
he die of cancer? What was going on there?
I mean, that was the whole thing. Because Wagner, man, they did some hard
few months
fighting to get Bakhmut. They're the ones that got it. But
have they confirmed
ruthless.
that he actually did die, or is he like Osama? Like, yeah, he died. He's gone, guys.
sure. Wagner was probably the biggest. I would think they were probably the biggest.
Yeah.
They were all over the place, man.
Hey guys, I'm gonna piss my pants. I'm getting off here.
All right, hey, thanks for joining, Kyle. We're
I'll
gonna be
keep
shutting
watching,
it down
but-
here short, anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Take it easy, man.
I'll see you on the next one.
You
Okay,
bet.
dude.
See ya.
Peace.
But yeah, I want to hear the story about that because I know Wagner though they were vicious. Did you hear what they did to people? Like if there was a prisoner swap during the Ukrainian war, and guys that say it was guys that came back that actually gave up to go to Ukraine, but then they were turned back over to Russia for during a prisoner swap, that if it was a Wagner guy, that they would execute him by putting their head on a cinder block and smashing with a sledgehammer.
I saw a video of that. That was brutal.
I mean, that's
Bro.
just. These are the type of PMCs are, don't get me wrong. Some of them are probably professional, but then you're talking about wild, wild west here.
I think.
All I know is they're pummeling Gaza right now.
I know. I could hear. That tells me they're really getting ready to march on.
Like I said, I don't hear planes. I think this is all artillery.
No, I don't hear any planes either. I could hear UAV flying over.
Yep, UAVs constantly in the air,
and
but they could spot for artillery as well.
Oh yeah, I think that's what you're hearing is artillery. I don't know how far off their artillery is. It might have sounded like an artillery piece right there.
It says,
yeah, that's artillery. 155.
What's this?
The
Only
number-
8 of our 22 health centers in Gaza are able to provide basic medical services. Commander of the Home Front Command, Hamas is reducing the shooting because it understands that this is a long war. Israel will not supply water or fuel to Gaza until hostages are freed.
Don't punish a civilian population,
Let me see where the source is on these. I don't know who this is. Someone on Twitter. See, that's one thing I don't know about this. This is reported by N12 News in Israel. I can't even read that.
It's in their little scribble. Their kitten scratch.
Yeah, it's all in Hebrew.
Number of Israeli deaths has risen to 1,300.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Number of
Again, take that for what it's worth. I mean, we don't know if this is corroborated or anything.
Yeah.
Getting scary. I knew from the beginning. As soon as I heard what that was, I mean, I think anyone who understands the Israeli and Hamas or Palestinian issue, that as soon as this kicked off, you knew that this was not going to bode well for.
Jordan has just entered the stage. They are sending aid to Gaza.
Yeah, I saw that.
Wow, I didn't see that one coming. I would have thought Jordan would have just stayed the F on out like they usually do. They're kind of like the Switzerland of the Middle East. I don't know I don't know what that means. I don't think that bodes very well if they're feeling so brazen to do that. But the Egyptians are staying out of it.
Yeah, usually they don't get involved.
We reject the.
They tried to mediate.
Yeah. If Jordan stepping in, I wouldn't be surprised if the next thing we see is Syria. Wouldn't put it past them. Would not put it past them.
They're still launching rockets out of Gaza. Even. What the hell?
Can you see it?
I'm just looking at the map at the different little.
Oh, okay. I can hear a rooster crowing.
Yeah, I hear that one too.
Yeah, wonder where the guy with the weed whacker went. Hope he didn't get schwacked.
Wow. Associated Press citing an Egyptian source. We reject the establishment of exit corridors from Gaza.
Right. So
Is that or now?
So they closed their borders to Gaza then.
So Egypt did.
Right.
Interesting.
What? Yeah, I was about to say
That's very interesting.
I wonder what they're afraid of.
And that's coming from the AP, so that's somewhat reliable.
Right. More so than these other ones.
Holy crap.
All
right, man. I think I'm ready to shut this down. Been going
Yeah,
for a little while.
Yeah, let's get out. Let's do it.
It was a good game, we had a good playoff recap.
Playoff recap.
I'm telling you, man.
Talk some Giants recap.
Dodgers are eliminated, which is a good thing. We're going to have a
Dodgers.
showdown in Texas, and Philly is just being nuts right now.
A potential Bochy, another World Series win.
Man,
Potential.
that's what I'm hoping for, really. That's what I'm hoping for.
I think any real Giants fan can agree on that one.
Everybody's healthy, and let's see what happens. Hopefully we could get Bochy. It's going to be fun to see those two play, though. Former Giants managers going toe to toe.
Oh yeah, it'd be fun.
And then we'll see if Philly can get it done tomorrow. It's going to be tough, though. They're going to go against Spencer Strider, and then of course you got the Diamondbacks who swept the Dodgers,
and they're on fire. Momentum.
I know, absolutely. All right, guys. Thanks for joining. I know we had a couple of shows go today. You had the Niners earlier, and then you had me for baseball and some the Israeli stuff going on. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We're just kind of we're not. I mean, yeah, we're serious, but we're also just kind of shooting stuff around. Just like a bunch of guys are sitting around talking.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. It's more of a hangout and throwing ideas around, kind of give our take of what we think, and then I like to hear back from you guys in the chat too. It's nice to have that little dialogue going on between us and the chat. Send you the link. We're getting ready to get off. Oh, hold on.
Shit. Yeah.
Oh, can you send that to him? Because I already closed mine out.
I think I did too.
No, you did too.
Yeah. Hold on.
Hold on.
I'll go. Well, I can't post it in chat.
Here, let me try.
It'll get blocked.
Let me try. Hold on 1 second. Bring it back up.
No, you good, Kyle. We got you.
History. It's right there. Okay. Copy. Let me make sure it gets in there.
I actually fell asleep to this thing the other day.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. Well, it was they were shooting rockets, and I was like, "Whoa, okay, this is gonna get a little hairy." And next thing you know,
there you go. There's the link there if you guys want to check it out. It's just the live stream from what's going on in Gaza. They got different camera angles, but yeah, the artillery is really doing a number inside the Gaza Strip right now. No doubt about it.
Yep.
I don't know if we're gonna come on tomorrow or not. I have no idea. I guess let's say to be determined.
There's football tomorrow, but I don't even know why that's a Thursday night game. It's the damn Chiefs versus the Broncos. Like, okay.
Ooh, I wonder what time's the baseball game?
I believe it starts at 5 o'clock our time, right?
Oh shit! So it's gonna be competing with Thursday Night Football.
Starts at 5:07 p.m. tomorrow. Braves versus Phillies.
And what time's the football?
I believe that's probably around the same time.
Damn, that's weird. I figured it's hard to adjust. You don't want to really. Usually it's evening time baseball, anyways.
5:15. So yeah, 8 minutes apart. Start time.
All right. Well, I guess they'll have some competition there. I think more people may be watching the playoff game. I would think.
I'm gonna watch the Braves game.
Yeah,
sure.
so am I. I'm watching that for sure. No doubt about it. But we'll see what happens. Like I said, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, if we're going to have a show or not. If we do, you know where to find us. Just make sure you subscribe and hit that like on your way out. All right, guys. For Will, for Dan, who's on assignment with some health issues going on, and then with Los and Bora, they both did some football stuff earlier, so I took care of the baseball. But we'll see you guys next time we come live. Appreciate you joining.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out. Later, guys.
Woo!